Man, we work everything politics, we work everything South Africa. South Africa, there's no day that there is no drama. There's always drama in everything. There's always drama in this country. It's the Bella Bill. As you know,
don't speak ill of the dead.
Okay. I'll be giving something. Shame. I'm not putting seal me bra.
This is a movie, man.
Oh, I tell you, there's a uncensored. This uncensored, unfiltered, unscripted. Khosi FM. Why? My brother Ramkhele Moye. And that mo remo dumela khosi.
Dumela khosi.
Re kamera na rona o siame. No, today in the studio we are having I'm having Renee. Let me just show it to her. That's the one with the big hair. Renee dumela tle.
Dumela ntate sa gongwane.
A o siame ngwaneso?
Ke siame wena.
O tlo khunwana ngwana ke le reng.
Bona motaba ngwanyana wa motaba mara ga se nna Renee ke nna ke Neilo. You can call me Ken.
Okay.
All the way from Khunwana.
Why bona? Northwest Mfana. Ka rara tlisa batho ba Gauteng o re bona. You know that mo sene ntate Calvin mo se wa doing yo mo
Mara ga o tsitswana
ka se itse mfana
so musikare ra hore
musikar wa bona shombe
era hore
unsike khosia kore o mpelo maghetleng
boys
ke tswana ke re mara wa itse dimela ba gaetse welcome to Khosi FM again. Today's is Monday, man. Monday one-on-one show talking today about a number of topics. One, we work at the direction to the Pravin Gordans death, NHI bill, Bella bill, the Babel restaurant, Babel restaurant. What happened over the weekend at the Babel restaurant? And this one touched me so much because I was once a waiter. I was once a waiter, so I do know how it's like to work in a restaurant and be a waiter and give people food and not get appreciation. So this one touched me blind when I hear how people are doing this now, 2024.
But they've been doing it.
I know, but then it's like, what?
Why did you leave the industry?
Because I had to promote myself,
yeah,
you know,
but you
until
also
I get what I am
saw
today.
That some things were wrong.
But that thing was better.
You're not answering. You also saw that some things were wrong. You ran.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Exactly.
So
What did you do to change the situation?
I will tell you. Yes, and then we've got educator and Tate Bagman Tidiso Moremong on the line to come and talk to us about, because we're discussing the Bella bill and the NHI bill, and we're having a conversation as you know. The number is 064-548-776 if you want to be part of the show. Little boats or what you think about all these things. Bella bill, NHI, Pravin Gordans' death, the reaction after that, and the fourth one I'm going to give you.
Mainly.
Oh, and the like the Babel thing, right? Yeah. So we're going to discuss that. Why do we still have people who are doing this today in South Africa at this moment? But before I go to la pela, ke re tlo tswela pele re feta ko mabenkeleng re dumela ba gaetsho madi a tsene la bona khanyo ra bo after this one. This show is brought to you by Sohwana Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Tuefengesgras in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. Again, the address is 70 Tuefengesgras in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. And we are back. That is our sponsor for today, Sohwana Medical Services and Clinic. They are situated in number 70 Tuefengesgras in Westview, Danville. And they don't take medical aid, they only take cash for consultation, which is $350 without medicine. All right. So, all right. Welcome, guys. Welcome, my beautiful guests. How are you doing? Hey, Dinta.
Ke teng ke ka kwano kgweseng pusang nna ke siame ke tlhololo ke tlhotse sentle.
Wa bona ke ne ke re maybe o dumisa ba go gae or ba dumele ke nna ke buang o dumelang Christ songwana dumelang batho modimo re tswa tsogele Gauteng.
No ere ke dumedise baretsi dumelang nna ka dina ke nna Tshidiso ga Moremo ke dira jaaka morutabana ke lekawana la Motswana mme ke goletse ka kwano mo provinceng ya Gauteng ke goletse ka kwano ka fa Krugersdorp mo locationeng le bidiwang Mansfield ebile ke dira gone ka kwano ke dira jaaka morutabana kwa sekolo se Potlana teng kwa locationeng la Mansfield.
All right, and we are coming to you live again, but like as you know, on www.kosifm.co.za, and we are coming to you live again on my Facebook page, which is Kositsile Sogongwane, and my YouTube page, which is the Kositsile Sogongwane live show. That's where this channel on YouTube is. Please go there, subscribe too, follow us, subscribe, and then comment on our content as well. Comment and then like the video too. Let's grow this channel and make it big. Okay.
Studio you must
Did you do it? Oh yeah. YouTube o subscribe because yeah, ke ra utlwana ke re.
Ke ta subscribe. Re mo dikare ke ta tsena ke ta dira jalo.
I say believe. All right, so we're gonna have fun, guys. We're gonna have fun. Okay, we're gonna talk about this thing. Yeah, this Bella Bill. Okay, Bella Bill, Pravin Gordans' death. The reaction about that. And what I can say, NHI bill, to explain why people don't like it and who are those people who don't like the NHI bill, right? I don't need experts. I just want people to talk, have a conversation. Can we do that?
NHI bill it's for people.
Yeah. And it will be nice if we could speak our language. We have listeners here in Denville that cannot understand the language. So I'm going to ask you for now until
not a problem, my good sir.
Thank you, Kosiak. All right. Which one do we start with? Gordon. Gordon.
What did he really do to you? What did he really do to you?
I don't understand one thing.
Okay.
This guy was a minister for a long time in our government. Right?
Long time is just. They are the masters of the new democracy.
Exactly, yeah. He's a pharmacist, but he served as a minister of finance.
Oh, so it's personal.
It's not personal. It's more of. They took out Van Rooyen, but Mr. Weekend special, right?
Yeah.
Not because he was not qualified or couldn't do the job, but because he was Van Rooyen, and they wanted the pharmacist to stay in that portfolio because they knew that through the pharmacist they will get what they want. So through the very qualified man who's got a master's in accounting or master's in finance, Van Rooyen. You didn't know that. I can see.
No, we do.
This one you didn't know. No.
Yeah, we learn every day.
You understand? Because people don't understand, don't know Hore.
He's a qualified person.
He's more than qualified person than
They don't just call you a master, you just as a receiver.
You understand what I'm saying?
I have one, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And the whole point of why he was taken out was not taken out because he failed in his portfolio. He was taken out because Rupert said he must be taken out. Who's Rupert, by the way? But one of the billionaires in this country we have.
They said they will do what?
They will drop the rent. If they'll fire. The now SG, who's blah blah bling all over the place. Are when tell your president, me John Rupert, I'm saying to you, if he fires Pravin Gordans, I as John Rupert will drop the rent.
And it really happened.
And it did. That is JC because in the middle of the night, you are done.
It's true that the Ruperts are ruling, yeah?
They are ruling.
Yeah, the thing with politics is that when you get a ministerial post, you serve at the interest of the president.
Yes.
You know, you get appointed. You don't apply to become a minister.
You understand?
So the issue of qualifications and qualifying, they don't matter there. You serve at the best interest of the president. So if you don't serve at the best interest of the president, then you get removed. And who are the people who place the president? It is not us. Remember, there are business people that obviously their interests have to be satisfied. Yeah. So they are the ones who choose or a president in Namang at the end of the day. And
But-
after they have chosen their president, the
Yes.
president is going to follow the mandate or a script that comes from them that with regards to these key portfolios or these key ministerial positions, you have to appoint this person because we think this person is going to ensure that our interests are served. And then in this portfolio, you're going to appoint this person. And then these other portfolios, you can do as you like.
Yes.
You don't have a problem. But which portfolio, which ministerial posts are key? It's going to be your finance ministry. It's going to be
your health,
your business and enterprise, your health, international relations, your agriculture. You know, those,
your home affairs,
your home affairs, your education.
Then they can have the arts and culture.
Why, but
then they can view your friends is fine. You know, you can give it to whoever. But these ones, you get a script that you are going to appoint these people into these portfolios
because they're going to do our bidding. Unfortunately,
because they are going to serve our interests.
Yes,
not the interests of the country, but our interest.
Our interest, yeah.
You know? So, when you have that Minister of International Relations who is going to follow the script of those people, then they know that their interests are served.
Yeah,
you know,
and you know what? One thing that I like about the Jacob, whether we like it or not, the man was not in on this what monopoly capital's pocket, to be honest. Hence, they wanted to put their people and said no, that's not going to happen.
It's always a witch hunt against them.
Yeah?
It's always a witch hunt.
Yeah, they're always trying to get something on him, but they can't even get it. So he's right that the very business people. This one all in there at the moment, he's deep inside that pocket of those people. Shame, unfortunately, he is. So that is why at the moment we have what we have today. For example, we're going to come to the Babel bill, right? That one as well shows how deep this person is inside those pockets. And I'll tell you why.
You know, when you look at when we look at some of the, how can I put it? Some of like when you look at Pravin, as a minister and his track record, well, he has done both good and bad. Remember the rogue unit case with SARS. Remember the sale of SAA.
Yes.
So you can, when you look at that, you can see some trail of a person being a puppet of other people, but at the same time, well, there are good things that he made. He tried to save the image of that ministerial position. Well, he tried to do some damage control, but at the same time, the pressure from I don't want to say it's a cabal, but I would say it's a group of people that have control over even the president. They tried, to channel him into certain ways. Hence, he was getting a lot of backlash from members of parliament from the opposing party, the likes of the EFF. Even currently, after his passing, they wrote that they don't feel sorry for his family. He deserves whatever that happened to him. They were not sympathetic, They were just brutal because they perceived that man as a sellout, as a person who was serving the interest of the white minority, the capitalists, and so forth. So,
was he not doing that? If I may ask, maybe let's put it this way. Tell me the good that he has done, weighing next to the bad that he has done. Let's start with the good first.
Well, in terms of managing the ministry, he has done some good work.
Give me one.
At the same time,
give me one of the good work that he has done, Jacob. But you can only give me just one.
The rent was kind of stable in Yana at some point.
You know what I always say?
Yeah.
Even a deadlock, it's right at least twice a day. So nobody's all that bad. I understand.
No,
that
is
he
terrible.
Is bad. No,
it was terrible.
Okay, terrible.
This one was terrible. Let's not try to sugarcoat this thing.
Okay, ntate se go wena o le ka taba ya Harry Mr. Gordon.
Buela making wa ka mosadi ko
Mr. Sorry, Pravin Gordans was a bad person.
Yes.
I agree with him partially. He
the
mentions
other part?
He,
You see, that's what I'm saying.
he mentioned Mr. Pravin Gordans or wana taba ya load shedding. Remember, he said he's not gonna exempt the public schools, the
police station, hospitals, and whatnot. What the hell is that?
And imagine we need electricity. Let's say there's a situation go Kalafong and there's no electricity. Someone is in ICU. What's going to happen to that person? And they don't have backup generator.
Oh, generator is there. It kicked in for 2 hours. Light doesn't come back. Diesel and then what?
And then what?
But it's the same because you must also just to interject. You must also remember that story. Mr. Motsepe.
Yeah.
It was the same. You remember what he said when he was asked about why isn't there competition for ESCOM, and then he said because of ESCOM is state-owned entity, so you can't really actually turn a profit when you're trying to go against a state-owned entity because of the minute something goes wrong. Yes, you must.
The one who's having IPPs, half of them in ESCOM now.
It started
turning a profit.
It started in the year 2000s. You must.
Say, you're not the one.
There can only be one Motsepe that we can talk about.
The one who's got IPPs, all of them are inside ESCOM now.
That's why
milking ESCOM billions every month and giving us nothing.
That's why that happened. It is because of it was asked when he started coming through to say what is happening with ESCOM. Why isn't there no competition and it's only ESCOM? And then he said it. He said once you try and actually turn anything else and want to run a business that is parallel to ESCOM, you're going to lose out. So the only way to do that is to do what? Bring it down.
Join ESCOM.
Can I interject there?
Okay.
To support what Mr. Musikari is saying there. Honorable the late Mr. Pravin. Rumor says that he was appointed into the Ministry of Public Enterprise to ensure that the debundling of ESCOM is taking place.
And it's not a rumor.
To ensure that ESCOM is dying.
It's not a rumor. He even confirmed it himself.
Yeah.
How they're going to unbundle ESCOM.
Yes.
So it's not a rumor. Don't say a rumor when I'm on a series.
He's trying to be politically correct. He's trying to be politically correct.
This time. It was not a rumor. He confirmed it himself.
You remember the book, nothing else but the truth.
So the process of unbundling was to ensure that ESCOM it's paid and then the IPPs can emerge and then the privatization of electricity can happen in the country.
Yeah. And Bon, I will look at IPP for 2 minutes. How does it make logic when how does it make logic? ESCOM is selling 1 megawatt of electricity. Let's say it's around 3 rand. Ne? One. If I must pay 3 rand. Must pay 3 rand. Must pay if I win 350. I get to make their own profit as well. But this is what is generated by ESCOM itself with their own turbines and whatnot. I buy anywhere else, correct? By if I get 3 rand, must pay 350. Na get 350 kiti mutlung nklele ite khone monate. Ne. And then hotla Calvin. Arabona ESCOM, because now you are busy sharing fanaka. I've got a little farm which you call a solar farm, where I can get motlakasi from the sun and I can give it to you. Mar, I'm gonna give it to you 5 rand. Do you understand? I'm gonna give it to you 5 rand for 1 megawatt. Now ESCOM buys 350. I mean 3 rand, does 3 rand kaboyon. But then they have to buy 1 megawatt from this company was the one who was appointed to make sure his company will be in that thing ESCOM. And then they have to pay 7 rand. And they're still selling it at 3 rand. How is that possible? And how is that feasible? And how is that good for us? And how is that a minister, a whole minister, who's inside ESCOM, who was ruling ESCOM and everything else? That man was sitting there, folding his arms and looking at this thing happening. What are we saying to that? That is the one thing. And I asked that this is what I would say the good of Pravin. I'm going to go back there again. Just give me this answer.
Don't put him in a corner. Don't put him in a corner.
How is that even possible? Like, just give me that one, Bafana. So, does it, as an educator yourself, does it make sense? Or you are putting a whole company on a corner. Or for 7 rand megawatt. When or it's a Maspala got 3 rand. Maspala gives me 350.
But because you know what's the other thing again? Let's come to think about it, especially when we start thinking about even the township planning.
Yeah.
What was happening before, either if not rural, but even in the townships.
Yes.
Most of the people in the townships never had electricity.
Of course.
They ran everything on generators.
Of course.
And now...
And candles and stuff.
Exactly. The only thing that was on was either that light that was...
Apollo, or
just the street lights.
Yes.
That's the electricity that you would get.
Yeah. And if you can afford, you can put it in your house.
100%. So now, what then happens to the transition into democracy? They promised everybody free things.
Yes.
Then what then happened?
Yeah.
They started putting electricity into the townships, the rural areas and all that. But we never asked one question. Was there any other power station that was built besides Medupi now recently?
Yes,
because of, if you talk about Mandela's administration, you talk about Thabo Mbeki's administration, and even Zuma, because of he never started it same time.
Yes.
He started it in the middle of his term. So you must think about it that way. So in a span of 25 years, literally, or 20 years, if you put, there was nothing that was built. And then what then happened? Your Zuma started thinking, okay, because of now, this thing has to be profitable. Because of we have already invested so much into trying to build your Mudupi and all that.
Yes.
And then we can actually get, now you get your Guptas, which we can then temp.
You're going to come there again.
Yes. No, well, not necessarily in that sense, but in a sense that things started to be cheap. Because of, remember, the people who owned the mines were that white monopoly capital, whereby they
Glencoe, which Ramaphosa is part of.
Exactly. They actually sold the coal at a higher price.
They wanted to.
Exactly.
Okay, so
then what then happened? You get your Guptas. The Guptas, what did they do?
They came with cheaper coal.
And then with cheaper coal. Then they did what? The minute the trucks, if you look at your checkpoint and your carte blanche, you find the trucks that actually were transporting coal were dipping the coal into the farms and then taking substandard and including rocks back into the trucks and taking them to the silos. Then what then happens? It breaks.
Fine.
Then you come and you blame somebody like Zuma and your Matela Coke and the rest.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Can I ask that? Okay. The number is 064-548-776. You want to be part of the... The number is 064-548-776. Coming to you live on www.cosfm.co.za. Coming to you live on my Facebook page, which is the Cositias Hongwane, and then my YouTube page, which is the Cositias Hongwane live show. This show will be there after we're done here because I'm shooting a live, so it's going to be stored automatically. Come on, the live tab on our page. So please go there, subscribe, share, like, and then comment us. So tell us what you think about today's show. All right, let's start from Skasi Wafana. All right, first and foremost, Eskom as a company supplies South Africa. What's South Africa at that time? Again, white. The whole country, by the way, white way. They supply Mozambique, the whole country.
Zimbabwe as well.
Zimbabwe, Tanzania, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
All the other countries.
Some, yeah.
All the other countries. Lesotho, Botswana. Yeah. All the other. They supply them with electricity. Meaning, one company can give a whole country with gas.
In a nutshell.
And they get paid in billions. Yeah. They had a surplus. A huge surplus of electricity. They still do now. They had a huge surplus of electricity. So they could afford to give out to South Africa without building any power station. We have 3 centuries worth of coal under the ground.
We've been talking about
COVID bank.
We've been talking
understand?
And we have to shut it down, right?
No, they want to shut it down, yes. Yeah. They didn't 3 centuries of coal. They had other power stations which they're supposed just to renew. Not to build any new. Remember, they didn't have to build Medupi. They didn't have to build Kusile. They didn't have to
maintain.
Maintain then. Yeah. Open the old ones, let them run.
So you think them building Midupi, other power stations, was for them to benefit?
Born. For them to build Midupi, Zuma had a gun to his head.
Yes. Do something. Give
Do
us something.
He had to do that. He had to bring
Give us
Midupi in.
something.
He had to bring Kusile in.
Yes.
Because of, they were now threatening to shut down. Why is it like Tiso said in the beginning? The president who is being funded by business will always be controlled. Zuma's not controlled by any business person.
That's why
Hence,
they
they
hate him.
hated him so much because they could not tell him. Are there Brian Molefe? You must just go to YouTube and search Brian Molefe at the portfolio committee on ESCOM. It's 5 hours long. Listen to that. You will cry tears. You will cry tears.
Like he actually told them point by point and how to actually do it and implement. That's where you can advise somebody and say, but why don't you do it? And then you leave them out. But no, somebody who actually tells you, no, you have to go here and actually do this and do that to actually turn a profit.
Worst thing, there was an American or British company called Lenco,
Yes.
which owns a lot of mines in Mpumalanga as we speak. And Ramaphosa is part of their shareholders, the president himself. They came to ESCOM and they said, ESCOM, before load shedding it home, we are going to give you now a ton, 650 rents per ton, one lorry. And Molefe was the CEO that time, Brian. He said, no, that's not going to happen. This thing. This is a syndicate where Pravin was the center of that syndicate.
But they just said you must not speak ill of the dead, man.
That daughter has the audacity to say, my father was incorruptible. That girl is a billionaire today.
Because of that.
Because of him. Do you know how many tenants she has? That good treasury. At the moment as we speak, that child alone even.
Wow.
So Mr.
When Durisani was trying
agrees
to
with us now. I get it. Firstly, he didn't agree who Mr. Pravin was a bad person.
No. I'm not necessarily disputing. Remember, right now, we are actually agreeing. But all I am saying is nobody can be total bad. That's all I'm saying. That's why I made that analogy to say even a dead clock is right twice a day.
It's
because of when it hits 2 o'clock, that clock is on time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine. And Glengo comes to ESCOM. ESCOM, I'm going to give you a ton of coal for 650 rents going forward. Brian was like, you're going to cripple us. We cannot afford that. Whereas all along, they've been selling ESCOM 150 rents per ton. Do you understand? Then Jiki, they said to him, if you don't give us this money, you're going to collapse ESCOM. We're going to bring load shedding.
Yes.
And load shedding came from Thabo Mbeki's time. It crippled us, but Klugu, Thabo Mbeki, Ramon, Tsazensa Zuma, Atzensa Brian. Then load shedding stopped. Do you know why? Because the very groups who have been made to be a pariah to us, they bought a mine called Optima. You understand? Which was closing down. Being run out of business by the same Glencoe. They bought it. Hasna about Rega. But okay, listen, but ESCOM, we can be able to provide you coal, but not shelter mine altogether.
Yes.
So by business you can do that. I can give you money to start a podcast. Then you pay me back after that. Just because I need your services.
As it turns profitable, you start paying it back.
So ESCOM gave them money to buy the mine so that they can be able to supply coal on an emergency basis for them. And they still give ESCOM 150 per ton. Hence, load shedding was stopped for 7 years. 7 whole years.
So they had to make the Guptas the villains so that everybody actually hates them. But the question that I asked about all this, I asked the simple thing. I said, when you are calling, especially the state capture, you're calling everybody in to say, but money was moved around and all these things because of that was the whole story about it. But I then asked, but where are these bank CEOs and the bank managers? Because for you to actually get a ton of cash out of a bank, somebody
Must
senior
sign.
must come and sign.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And they actually will even ask you, what are you going to do with so much cash? Because of now, it's in security terms. You can't just walk out of a bank with that sort of money. You understand what I'm saying? So where is, because of even the Reserve Bank prints certain type of or certain amount of bank notes. So what are where were these bank notes circulating from?
Exactly.
Mr. Musikari.
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Musikari, are you speaking about the very same bank that can manipulate the rent?
Of
Are you
course.
speaking about the very same banks? Because, you know, the problem here is, as I've said from the beginning, that the funders will always be protected.
Yeah.
They will never be.
Yeah.
They will use these other people as their pawns on the chessboard and so forth. You know, currently as we speak, the northern hemisphere of the world is saying that there should be a decommission of mines.
And
Coal
renewable
mines.
energies.
Flows. We shouldn't use coal to produce electricity down here, but at the same time, the very same coal is being exported to
them.
those countries.
And you know what they are doing? They actually open up their own power stations.
Exactly. So can you see that?
Opening up, you know what I like about what they end up doing?
Yeah.
No, those ones, they make sure that they have reserves.
Yeah.
They are piling it up, just like what they did with the gold.
Yes.
They are piling it up. Not so long. After we run out of gold, you will see the next best trading thing
They'll
will
be
gold.
trading gold because
And then you
nobody
won't have
cares.
it.
Yes.
You won't have it.
Yeah.
But they don't have a mine.
064
Yeah, but
548
the painful
7076.
thing is-
Yeah.
Yes. The painful thing is the mineral reserves the minerals that are being mined here.
Yes.
After some few years, you know, those reserves, you know, so they can take as much gold as they like.
Yeah.
But we will always have reserves.
That's why it's called natural. Sir. Natural.
But the gold issue, Reserve Bank, are they not supposed to keep a certain amount of gold?
It's private.
Sweetheart, the Reserve Bank is not our
It's
bank.
private. We don't own a
We
Reserve
don't own
Bank.
Reserve Bank.
We don't
It's
even
not- it's
know
not
who are
ours.
the
No, it is.
the shareholders.
There are
So
those
you can't
cha-
point even
Yeah.
one shareholder say this one actually
You
owns
know, I
something in
was
the Reserve
shocked.
Bank.
I think I heard last month that Reserve Bank is not state owned.
Yeah.
You didn't know? Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it's not. That is why EFF had nationalized everything. Listening to 702 and all this Power FM and all this prime media owned by Rupert. Hey, you cannot nationalize because Venezuela failed.
Exactly.
And then you would think, oh yeah, that's how it is.
And as well, it's on that note. What I like about something like your Reserve Bank, if it's owned by the state, if your country is worth 5 rands, Reserve Bank must have either 10 or 15.
Yeah.
That means twice that. So that if you hit a research or you can't make money anymore or there's nothing that's coming in, they can give you that 5 rand and borrow you so that you can give it back as the state,
Yes.
but whilst still having another 5 or 10 rands.
It's an example.
That's,
We
that's a
like,
practical
like
example.
we had a mint here. No mid-rent.
Yeah.
You no longer print our money in South Africa.
Uh-huh. And we pay to
We
print our
pay.
money.
We pay to print our money in America. But I'm a post. He will tell you. So a lot in that Pravin Gordans was part of that nonsense.
Yes.
So serious. The good of look at the good of Pravin Gordans. Put it on. Get it. I got only one. Give me the good of Pravin, all of them. Then we go to the bed.
And you have a list.
No, under his administration,
Yes.
with that ministry he was responsible for, especially the finance one. Well, the rent was doing good for those. I get why you talk about. The rent was doing good. Well, our rent was in on the green. The markets were positive. You know. Well, yeah. That's one thing that he has done good for our country. Even though we know for the rent out is doing good, it benefits a woman.
It's the same like now. What's happening with the GNU? All of a sudden, the petrol
Everything
is going
works.
down.
Hey, my brother.
Everything is working.
Well, I was so shocked. The lights in Lotus, they're waking. I'm like,
sir. Everything is working.
lights in Lotus Gardens. Street lights are working. In my house, yeah, very alive.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man.
Yeah.
GNU.
Ako yung matagal sa bere.
All this time, this is very. So, but,
Potentially, lights on, no, the bulb to the white, Cassia lights, Kathi is a lie. Now yeah, light up.
There's too much electricity.
Too much. Bottomless. I fail. No load shedding all of a sudden. Continue. What is it that Pravin Gordans did good?
You putting me in the corner.
No, he put himself in a corner.
No,
He said, "This guy's done good." Then we can come to the bed.
but you know, because it's the same thing that you would say under Ramaphosa.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's bad, but you don't see.
You don't think he's bad. He is bad.
No, you don't see the good that he's doing. You know why
Which
I'm saying
is that?
That's why I'm getting it.
Yeah.
In terms, everybody is good in something. Zuma was good with building and national projects. Ramaphosa is good in administration.
Like?
Look what's happening now with the Bela bill. Look what's happening.
Nigga, that was like one bill. Then he has caved in.
Already.
I love what the president did.
Already. Already. Even Vincent Magwenya actually said it. He has already signed 22 bills. 22. He himself. That's why I'm saying
he's supposed to do that.
No, wait.
It's his job.
No,
to sign bills that Parliament gives to him.
Let me show you something. Look at the bill of the GBV. What's happening with the bill of GBV?
Okay.
That's the thing. People don't know about this because of when somebody you have that clouded judgment. When you see a bad in somebody, always clear your mind when things happen because of you'll miss things. There's a bill that's signed. That's GBV. Touch a woman, say.
Okay.
You don't even get a bail.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and talk about praising a fish for swimming. Signing of bills and signing of laws is his job. We cannot praise the man for signing a law into law.
No.
That
law wasn't there. So they made
he didn't come with it.
No, his administration made sure. Remember, it's not him alone. His administration made sure that it is passed.
Okay, maybe we do this more. Okay. Let's go back to his administration.
He's very detailed. The current president.
Okay.
He doesn't just approve things or what. He really is very detailed.
Okay.
You know.
Let's go back to administration bokan 20 year. Administration Ramaphosa as a parliament, by the way. His cabinet, right? Those ministers, that is his administration. Parliament is something else. Parliament debates a bill. They debate a law. We want this GPV, blah, 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 blah. Fine. They vote on it to be adopted. Then Parliament adopts that law. Then say, Emre, we give you this law, re-adopt it as Parliament. What do you think? An objection, more than tell us. And then his Minister of Justice takes that law and go through it thoroughly. It's fine. It's fine. Then his job is to take up a pen and sign. Done. He does not pass any law. Law is passed by Parliament.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Not by him.
Wait, but who is the majority party?
ANC.
Thank you.
He's in Parliament.
Wait, listen. I get step by step.
Yeah.
So we are going step by step.
Yes.
So now, if he's the leader of the ruling party,
he can't refuse, by the way, to pass the bill or to sign it. He can't refuse to sign the bill.
Don't put the card Don't put the card.
No, it's Gebolake. Are we gonna really praise a fish for swimming?
No, we are not.
The fish is swimming.
Right now, we just spoke about Zuma.
Yes.
And we spoke about how he brought Brian Molefe back.
Yes.
It was his prerogative to bring Brian Molefe back. So we were praising him to say he did 1, 2, 3 good. But it is not him who actually made sure that those things are done. Do you get where I'm coming from? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's the same with Ramaphosa. That's what I'm saying. When you really don't like somebody, don't cloud your mind with, even when he's doing something that's right, you end up thinking he's doing something that's wrong. I'm not campaigning here for Ramaphosa. I'm not even an ANC member. I'm just showing you to say, no.
biased.
That's what I'm saying. So you must be fair in judgment. As much as we were judging Zuma good, yes, he has his own bad things, but as much as we were, and that's the other thing that the other people didn't understand on what he was doing, but actually others who are controlling as we said, the economy understood what he was doing. The minute, of which he's still continuing with it in NKP.
Yeah.
The minute he says you are gone today, you are gone today.
Yeah.
And there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he has that thing of making a decision. Now, Ramaphosa, yes, he will round around it first and give you time and say, no, let the courts do their thing, let the disciplinary what. So everybody has their own way of running things.
And I've got a problem with one. Do you think sending a law is doing a good thing? Does she think?
Yeah. To sign a bill into law.
Yes.
For instance, signing the Babel bill into becoming an act.
Yes.
It is binding. That's to attach your signature there. It is binding.
It is binding to whom? To him?
No, to everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
It shows for it.
Serious yes. Oma ka pila gona some background noise yana mo yana mo.
O to milile kwa ntle.
O wila kwa ntle tsena motho mpa pone ha tsero bo sentse le rona ka ra go. O ri ta tse lo bodna.
Atsoga lo ane.
Ha monna o bana o wila. Mana na go e kara kara. 0645487776 live on Khosi FM. Monday one-on-one show man. The Rebecca Pravin's death. The reaction for that, we're gonna read the statement. This EFF. It's beautiful, beautifully crafted. I'm gonna read that. And we got Babel bill today. He signed it on. Is
that why you wear red always?
Yeah,
no, I see.
he signed a law called the Babel bill. That is the basic education amendment bill. Yeah, so he did that on Friday. Mara again, the very good thing he did, according to you, Calvin. He had to succumb to white people when they said, "Hey, Moran, you can't touch our language police.
No,
you can't touch our homeschooling."
No, listen.
But okay, listen. I'm going to give you 3 months to go and do this thing, and then come back. If you don't do it in 3 months, it's gone. It's a law.
No,
what the?
No, wait.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Because I understand that, né?
Yes.
I understand that. But
yes.
Remember, what the bill also seeks to address, it is exactly that.
No, I still look at my brother go. We'll talk about that. So I mean that's this way. I'm still waiting for you to tell me the good of Pravin, but I go to see it. Wait,
the good of Pravin.
Yes.
Well, in terms of the ministries that he was once part of, yes, he has his fair share of doing bad. But then there are good things that he did, you know.
Like what?
The administrative part of the ministry.
No. What? No. Give me something else.
What are you opposing?
I'll tell you why.
Are you opposing the fact that there was a rogue and doing a rogue unit?
He created the unit himself. He created the unit himself.
Are you going to oppose Katabaya sale of SAA to Takaso for 5
rands? He sold it for 51 rands.
True.
Himself. Yeah, na Pravin. He died refusing to give the portfolio on transport. The reasons why he sold a whole airline for $51. He refused. And they did nothing.
Was he found guilty?
Hey?
Was he found guilty of that?
I guess he's dead. How can he find guilty when he's still He's not here, No, born. The man was asked by the portfolio committee, all right, on transport, Parliament, on Emren. Has now reversed the sale. Remember?
No, I know.
It was all over the place.
Under investigation.
Yes, and they asked people on Emren, refer the Pampiri, he refused. No, it's secret. He cannot disclose. How are you going to say a minister going to say that to Parliament? Parliament which deployed his boss.
I don't answer to you.
I don't answer to you, I answer to the president. And the recent president did nothing. He didn't ask and say, listen, bring it here. How do you...
So, the president,
Not Okada and Fanaka, he does. He did. This man was protected by Ramaphosa for not allegedly. It's a fact.
No, that you are telling the truth about
Can Nathan
that.
Fanaka went one. Can Nathan
I give you
So according to you, Coach, I want to say this is good. Pravin said it.
No.
There's nothing good.
Maybe so small, can't even see it. It's like a grain of sand or dust or something. Maybe. I mean, do you know anybody who worked in Denel?
That's a painful story because Denel was.
You see, so if you can just call somebody from Denel and ask him, how do you feel about Pravin?
Yes, I understand that we're laughing about it, but on a serious note, and we do know people who actually work there.
Yeah.
And it's a sad story because of so many people were retrenched.
They lost their jobs,
they lost their
houses,
their
pensions, and all those.
So
because of the minister.
That on a serious note now, besides the laughing part about it, is just a sad story. And which the other thing is there's never a follow through with these things.
Yeah.
Whereby where did they go? What happened? Is anybody is the same as what's happening with the post office thing. That people will just lose jobs and then we carry on.
And just
we
like
just
that.
carry on
And that is the brilliance of Ramaphosa's administration.
Yeah, I've
according
seen
to
that.
Calvin.
No.
The brilliance of that Ramaphosa's administration. There is no follow through. There is no follow up. People just get trenched. They were crying. But this lady was crying live on radio,
no,
on
I know
TV.
that. That's what I'm saying. It's one of the sad part because of some people have chronic illnesses and all those, so they can't get your medication, and so it's just a sad story. That's actually besides just Dinel, a lot your SAA.
All the
So people are losing their pensions, so imagine how are they going to survive?
Yeah, because of a minister that was so protected
Arrogant
by anyone. Everybody else was calling for Enji Mochera's head, from DA to everybody else. Everybody was calling for Batimletamene's head. Yes. Because of a lie that they said he's selling off the thing. But in post office, the Sasa thing, they were pumping this. Hey guys, they are doing this thing. They are busy. They're busy. They can't pay your pensions next month. Yes. But this guy, in all his failures, nobody even dared call him out.
Well, the EFF did.
The EFF did that, and they were persecuted with local blind.
Yeah.
Serious, are they're good.
You are fighting. Oh, when comrade Jamnagas. You are fighting.
Somebody
Just like some defeat.
somebody was asking for it.
What's his name? Jamnandas.
Yeah, he's not Jamnandas. He's Jamnandas. Is his name Musvel?
Yeah. No, you can't really fight him like that. Well, he has done good. Well, there are good things that he did.
Like what? Like what? I've been asking over and over again. What good did this man do? Give me one, not 10. One.
Because Ghana, you know, the other thing is what? Ne?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that we are against other white monopoly capital and all that, but that's the good he did. Not for you or for us as the people of color, but that's the good he did
to
for
them.
white monopoly. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So you understand what I'm saying. So it depends on which side you are.
And again, the good that he did, and the good that he did for the white, the good that he did for the white, benefited the majority
of
the whites.
Yes.
People retained their jobs. People could provide for their families because of the decision that was made by the late comrade
Jamnandas.
For the
Okay.
white.
Yeah, they are protecting him. Vela. If you can look at Twitter today.
So now you see what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, how the good then is
So
fine.
I do not necessarily talk about us. When a problem is you want to take this and personalize it. It's not about us. So he did some good.
Yeah.
So now you are faulting. You understand?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I entirely understand. He did good for them.
Yes,
for them. Ultra this one. Times Life today puts up an article that those who gloat, like me, Those who gloat at the death of Pravin Gordans betray our century-old traditions of humanity. And who's writing this thing? Some nonsense. Mr. Tembiso Msomi. Some article, Mood Times today. Nay.
But it's not this article. When Apella, you are talking like this because of this is your radio station.
No. The guy was
No.
Oh, it's not.
I'm saying you are talking like this because of this is your radio station. You're not employed by anyone.
Oh yes.
You understand? Yes. So
now I understand.
You have your own opinion. Pella, you must remember the minute even if you touch your phone, not you, but that
Msomi, yes.
They'll say, sir, come and read this. What's happening with you?
Oh yeah, I now I understand you. I get you.
Even on Twitter, your own personal account. They'll come and say, come and account. Thank you.
Why are you doing this?
So when you are on a rent right now, you are like JJ Tabani. you are on a rent. You are just renting and nobody will come back and say, but Kosi, I need to please say sorry and write a formal statement. And so there won't be any repercussions.
Like same applies to you as a teacher. You can't just go to school and come up with your own.
Thank you. I can't talk about Jamnanda's Day.
You can't.
What do you mean? Exactly, because I have an employer. I'm not self-employed.
Thank you.
Oh, shame. Hey, I pity you people who work for people. It's
Wow, flex.
Marano boy.
Yeah,
We
will get there.
No, you should.
No,
this is nonsense.
No, this is nonsense.
You cannot work like this. No, Marano boy.
We don't have to bite the hand that feeds us.
Thank you.
Marano, how does somebody really write something like this, guys?
But because I just told you.
I know, Marano. How do you go back home and pray? How far do you betray your own skin?
No, your kids still have a warm bed and food to eat.
See, this is why you are sell out to yourself.
I'm not a sellout. No.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying, are you a sellout? Like I mean, Bon. Somebody writes something like this, Tidi. So how do you sleep that night, me bro? Just give me that your opinion. How do you sleep? Those who gloat at the death of Pravin Gordans betray our centuries. I guess our man. Century-old traditions of humanity, and then even like how do you go home after such a thing, and how do you sit there and watch your family, and then how do you do that?
Mara, I think I'm gonna be off topic, ne?
Yes,
Mr. Sohongwane. I read the medical practitioner, only the surgery, and then udira. Something that the community perceives as illegal or an abomination, like for an example, abortion.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes.
And then when you come here, kamo show, and then udira show, we invite the teachers, you invite other stakeholders, the social workers, and you say, okay, abortion, when now you advocate for abortion, but then the parents, they do not advocate for abortion because of they feel in the long-term effects. And then what are you saying to the kids? Why usa Buffy? Why don't you give them education, or you have to prevent you have to use the precautionary measures for this abortion?
Yes.
So it's when you are self-employed. You do not care for people are coming to my surgery doing this, and then abortion is good. How do you sleep at night after doing that, knowing that it's not a good thing? The parents ba complain maybe we say but something saying it's not good according to the parents.
And
when you are getting money.
Yes.
Same applies to that tembisom temburo Liana is getting paid for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I answer that one? Let me answer that one. No, I do understand the word of ethics.
Yes.
The rule of ethics. What's up, unfortunately, for now, and for the people in my field, I will tell you why. We cannot refuse other things. Do you know why? Because we saw an oath that says I'm not going to do any harm. One. Number two, if I refuse you service, I'm not justifying it. I don't like it myself. But I'm bound to do it because it's seen as care. Do you understand? If I refuse it to you, I'll be refusing care to you. I don't have a choice. That's what. Oh, what a choice.
He doesn't.
His own podcast. I'm his own podcast.
Because let's not talk over each other. No, because you are wrong. Because of remember, the minute you enter a company, you are going with their motto, they believe in, and you are saying, remember, when you are hired, they ask you, do you know what our company stands for?
Yes.
Are you okay with what we're going with? And then you're like, no, but because of you are looking for a job. Obviously, you didn't read all the motto and everything else that goes with the company, the code of conduct and all those things. You can read one or two, but not the whole document. Yes. So that's what happens with them as well. They have that. They have that code of conduct to say, this is what I will do. This is what I can do.
The same ethics was talking about.
I agree, Shem. I agree with you because I agree with you. That's why South Africa left.
Exactly.
Because being told what to write about Zuma, all the negatives.
But don't they all do that anyway?
They do.
Leave, you go to Newsroom Africa, then there's one from Newsroom Africa goes to ENCA. So it doesn't matter because of you are still just recycling the old things. Then the other one will leave and say, I was also victimizing. After moving from Newsroom Africa goes to ENCA, they say, no, I was victimized. Then they go and move to Kaya FM. So anyway, they are just going round in circles. I think I get what you're saying when you say they must open. But now you must remember as well, if everybody opens their own, who's actually going to be their
listeners? Family. All right. Hey, we're still on the Kosi FM talking about a lot of stuff today. Having fun on Monday, one-on-one shows, man. I'm with Kineidwe. I'm with Calvin in the studio, and I'm on the line. I'm Kinantate Tidi. So all the way from Krugersdorp, he's an educator. We're talking about the death of Pravin Gordans and the reaction towards that. And and we're talking about the Bella bill, NHI bill, and the Babel thing. We're gonna come. We have to get to that one. Yeah, Babel like a spit on or other ones.
The thing is, you wanted to rant so much for an hour.
What's about Pravin? I'm not even half through, my brother. I'm not even near finishing this thing.
And I understand it because of he's in the same industry and field as you. So you feel aggrieved.
This guy has been put up there as this messiah. He didn't save us from shit. He never did.
No, I think they ended up actually putting him in a wrong place because of where he should have been. When that COVID hit, that's where he should have been.
Why?
He's deploying people in wrong positions.
Yeah. Anyway, the pros and cons. Or not cause I don't the bad things is done here.
The good things, man.
I get good things to place again.
Oh, Mario, you said the bad things. You couldn't say.
No, I said the good things. He couldn't. Then let's go to the bad ones. I don't
man. Cause
I did. Didn't I say to give me the good?
Oh, what are the bad now?
Give me the bad now. The bad now.
Well, obviously, I've mentioned a couple of them. The rogue unit, his hiring practices that were not good.
Yes.
Squabbles with the public protector, the sale of the South African Airways, and then remember when he became the Minister of Corporate Governance, the name Jamnandas was always on the show. So because he was seen as a racist kind of person, he was always promoting this ethnic group compared to this other one. So he was followed by a lot of controversies, this guy.
Okay. I'm going to go to Mama Joe Nyezile Kwalimu. What the fuck? What the hell is this going on? What's going on in this country, man? This woman goes to France.
This is a rainbow nation, dude.
You know what's the thing? I think you should ask the ladies.
This one.
Because of, remember, even with our African brothers, they, you know the stories.
So
maybe ask them. It will be like we are biased, so maybe they should answer for themselves. No, besides these are a nation.
Mara, why you guys sound like xenophobia?
No.
Love is no color. If I fall in love with you and I don't even know who you are from another country.
Why is it
Should I be victimized or
Why is it
You can hear when somebody starts talking.
Why is it
I've arrived here.
No, man, you know what? This is personal for now because I've got two uncles, ne?
And what's okay? What's okay?
I've got two uncles. No, they are South Africans,
And
but they are dead. Ki Ebur. Their same name ki Daibos. My grandmother ubileli 2 kids before Annali the others, before she got married to the other men.
No, so don't implicate the lady because of
Yeah.
she won't go to family functions now. In December she won't be please.
these people are traitors.
Yeah,
People are traitors.
Ask the
I don't
lady.
see anything wrong
You shouldn't
because
be
if you
answering.
love someone, no, and now you met your wife and wamarata ka mokgwa leng ka teng, regardless of-
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Wa bona,
Ah, she's
Motswana-
black. Hey, she's black.
mara ke Motswana,
Me
o
bra,
nyetse
she's black.
Mopedi, wa sa nyala
Black guy
Motswana.
born, ke South African.
What? Tlhaloganya.
No,
Exactly.
mara my uncles are South Africans.
By paper.
Okay,
By
let's see.
Home Affairs.
Oja Mukuba. All right, Bona. No, before Twala, thank you so much again, Khosaka, to be part of us. We're having fun, Mokosi FM. Don't worry.
But you are not saying goodbye to him.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's going to be until the show ends.
All right, okay.
All right, I'm going to read the statements of EFF, right? Somebody must listen to me, Morata Blind. The EFF, the Economic Front Fighters, knows the death of Pravin Gordans without any patronage of sorrow. Okay. Yeah.
You even clapping hands.
Yeah. Gordhan was a man whose legacy is deeply intertwined with the destruction of state-owned enterprises and the betrayal of people of South Africa. We cannot mourn counter-progressive forces that stood against the potential of building a successful sovereign country that serves its people. Instead, we are reminded of the wreckage he leaves behind, wreckage that has ravaged the lives of ordinary South Africans. Yes, standing ovation. Standing ovation.
No, but they are true on that because of what you must remember. Everybody who's actually getting onto the screen and actually talking all the good besides anything bad about him are the elites and political elites
who are benefiting from him.
Exactly. So necessarily, what they are talking to people on the ground. The very same people that lost the jobs because of, trust you me, if you'd interview, it's the same as the widows of Marikana.
Yes.
The minute you'd interview them, you will know the answers that you will get.
Yeah.
Even today, our fellow president hasn't gone to see them.
His rise within the ANC ranks led to his appointment as the Minister of Finance in 2009 under President Jacob Zuma, a position he held until 2014. And then again from 2015-2017 after briefly stepping down. However, Gordhan has already been pointed out earlier to the destructive role of the struggle of liberation when he was named by ANC President Oliver Tambo as a key member of the secret Indian cabal in 1980. So Oliver Tambo knew this person, or this person is dangerous. Oh, that's it. So he didn't only create the rogue unity inside SARS. He had one already in 1918. I was a year old when he had an Indian cabal one. Demon. Nay.
He has been on the rounds of selling.
The cabal was notorious, listen, to the persecution of Winnie Mandela, which was rejected by our people. Later on, Gordhan was also admitted to the foundation of the notorious rogue unit within South African Reserve Revenue Services, which terrorized political rivals on behalf of white monopoly capital, and which Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema was a target of. Remember, Malema, shame, he was discharged from the ANC. And after anti-homo ANC, then he wanted to go to his farm and farm his cabbages and his pigs. Who said they must take away everything? Arut, Barefoot, Roblet. Huh? Bua, who said they must take that farm from him? From the house in Sandton to the farm that he had, this boy.
Malema.
Pravin Gordans.
But you know, the other thing is what? To tell you the truth, I'm glad that happened.
Why?
You know
because
why?
we don't have the EFF now. We wouldn't have the EFF now if that did happen.
Not necessarily only that.
Yeah.
But in a way, you have a little bit of cleanness,
Yeah.
so that they don't say, but you benefited on this and this and that. Now they have nothing to point against. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. In 2018, Jordan was appointed Minister of Public Enterprise under Ramaphosa, a move that signaled the role of cleaning up the state-owned enterprises, which would later deteriorate under his leadership. It is here, in his final public role, that Gordhan could preside over the disintegration of South Africa's most critical state assets. Nay, I'll go second page. Yes, second page. This statement is very nice, eh? I love it. Jesus.
Even if they wrote an essay, you would have read it out.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna go in his funeral, get the eulogy. Gordhan was the embodiment of greed, corruption, and elitism. Okay. His tenure as Minister of Public Enterprises was a period of unparalleled disaster for every state-owned enterprise he touched. Under his leadership, Eskom became a shadow of his former self, plunging the country into permanent state of load shedding, while blackouts shattered livelihoods and businesses across the nation. Transnet, which once facilitated the efficient movement of goods, is now in ruins, barely able to function. Denel, a proud defense company, was brought to its knees, while SAA, our national airline, was sold for a corruption deal that reeks of treason. The infamous SAA Takato deal, which Gordhan orchestrated, remains one of the most scandalous examples of how he sold our nation's assets for private interests. The deal was inexplicable, underhanded, and deliberately designed to benefit a select few at the expense of the many. Even now, the full extent of its treachery has not been properly scrutinized because Gordhan, a man of a center of corruption, evaded accountability at every turn. In fact, in his final days as minister, Gordhan brazenly spat on the face of South Africans, refusing to account to them while summoned to appear before Parliament, the very institution through which he was supposed to answer to the people of South Africa. He arrogantly and apologetically declared that he would not comply, showing utter disdain to the people of South Africa. Okay.
Close quote.
Yeah. Sorry about that. His unchecked power allowed him to operate with impunity. Until now, he dies with his crimes unpunished. Every collapsed enterprise and every failure that left hundreds of thousands unemployed is part of Pravin Gordhan's shameful legacy as an unapologetic instrument of capitalism. He deliberately dismantled the very entities meant to uplift and develop our nation. His actions directly contributed to the high levels of unemployment, leaving countless families who are still suffering in silence. Gordhan betrayed the workers, the poor, and the oppressed, and he did so without a shred of remorse. We will not shed a tear for the likes of Pravin Gordhan, nor will we celebrate the false legacies created by its apologists. He will be remembered for his role in sitting in stifling the growth of our nation, destroying the hopes of millions, and enabling the collapse of our it's again statement.
You must frame it, sir.
Why? Entities. His death comes before he could face justice, but those left behind will continue to suffer the consequences of his betrayal as a Minister of Public Enterprises. Gordhan's legacy is one of failure, exploitation, and corruption. May we never allow another Pravin to rise again. Amanda! Yes. Now that's a standing ovation.
Stand, sir.
Game. Yeah. Standing ovation, Father. Yes. Those who are watching live on Facebook now, you will see us stood up. Aye. Yeah. On YouTube as well. You must go and subscribe. All right. So, are you still saying this man did a very good job?
I still believe that this man has done good, even though he has his fair share of doing bad.
Yeah.
He has done good.
Yeah.
Like it was the photo.
Yes.
Didn't he manage his ministries right? Didn't he follow policies that were put in place? Did he do that?
No.
He did.
He didn't do that. He did it for them, not us, not everybody else. He did, but not for us, not for everyone.
But he did.
He did for those.
He did.
For those.
With regards to decision making, you can't satisfy everyone. You can't.
You need to satisfy them at born. Pravin Gordans was part of the ANC, part of the SACP, right? His mandate was to satisfy everybody who was in the majority being marginalized as black people, not the ones that are saying, listen, we're a billionaire, stay there. Do you know how many people, how many companies this guy was involved in? How many companies? The very same banks you're asking about when I he was involved in.
No, we know he sat in as a chairman for your old mutual, your Investec. We know that.
Where is that picture?
But cause it's the same with what we were talking about the Ruperts and all that. The minute you touch breakfast, say, up until the minute you go and sleep, you are actually eating something that comes from that guy. Rama is owned by him.
Yeah, I know.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
That you own the very spread that you
that you
use
eat every morning.
People do not know that the Ruperts, they own the taxi industry.
Yeah, they do. They do.
The taxi industry.
Yeah. So now I'm going to say this.
So from you eating to you going to a toilet because of your toilet paper, your savers, to going to the toilet, to actually going to work.
Yeah.
And coming back, you are actually eating, sleeping.
They own us.
That guy.
They do.
And when you go and have nice time in the weekends, you own Savannah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't drink
wine for you other
I
ladies. don't.
I just drink water.
Yes.
Oh no,
Okay.
that's good. That's
Sam,
good.
it's
even purified by him.
What about
So that I'm trying to show her that she can run away all she wants.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, border 064-548-776. We're having fun today, man. And we're not rejoicing on someone's death, but the thing is, he's a public figure, so he needs to be criticized and praised.
Yes.
Don't just praise him.
Yeah.
I hate this thing. Hey, he was a good man. Hey. Now, he's a good man as again. And couldn't come and say, oh, you're a very good man. You know, say it because you should.
You don't know. Maybe some people went and told him that he's a good man.
Okay. Was it the ironic game, Bafanes? Let me say one thing. I was working for Lancet that time, right? Lancet Laboratories. As a phlebotomist. So, Banki Seko Depo Nyako, Brooklyn, here in Pretoria. And while there, he came.
And he didn't greet you, I'm sure.
He's a very good skellum. That man is very
obvious.
He's nobody gets nothing.
Yes.
He came to draw blood. And he comes in, I can hear the voice. You know, hi, is there anyone here? Oh, hey, Mr. Gordans, how's it? No, I'm good. I've got pictures of him with this person. That time we didn't know him.
No, you must cut it out.
You were the fan. That time.
I was a fan. To be honest with you, I was a fan of this guy. I was actually blaming Moyane is a problem because and whatnot, because I didn't know. He himself said it to me that day. I've got, why are you guys not being able to do this thing well? The problem is this guy. The problem is this guy. He said, Moyane. I'm like, what is he doing? That was the time he was in the news. Moyane, fighting Moyane, this, fighting Moyane, that. And he's this guy. And when he was a sales commissioner, I think, that time. Yes. I didn't know him. I thought it was just this old Indian guy, going around with his wife, hand in hand. No bodyguards, no nothing.
But they always do that. Do you know that even Trevor Manuel walks alone? Trevor Manuel?
Yeah.
He walks alone.
Do you know? Because I thought I was like, this guy. I took selfies with this man. 2. Kill a piece. When I knew about him, I was like, what the? You can do it. I'm going to bend them. I'm telling you.
But that cause is the same. Look at these other politicians that always come up.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
Yes.
They give a front to say, but we are like this.
Yeah. Whereas
the latest culprit is your Osbaizani. He started his own movement and wanted to do things. Come the GNU Blue Lights.
Hey, Jehovah.
Did you hear his speech when he was in, where was it?
I heard
in
it.
Yeah.
Oh, where this and then Jigshigo change of behavior.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have a topic about him, but I want these people here because I've got them. I want these people here. Okay, but then I come these people. I asked the guy. He's a friend of mine. He came. I'm an the inspiration of business. I'm like, oh shit. Inspiration of business. Is he gonna come and tell how much you make a million in a day? You think he's gonna do that? I'm like, okay. Well, if he's your mentor, it's fine. Continue, fun. Like it's not a problem. Do you understand? That is Captain McKinsey. This guy is full of stuff, lady. Now it's a high to but one day we'll have a topic. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah, and that's the code that is for me. I'm not sad about this man's passing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sad. I'm actually happy that he's gone. I wanted him to be fired when he was still alive. At least fired for good, get out, prosecuted, because he has destroyed millions of lives in this country. You need to admit something which is good, something which is bad. Ne? He's gone, and I'm gonna say thank God. But what Twitter told him, he can go. Because if you can look at Twitter, my bro, it's like we are you know what we are these devils who can cry because Pravin Gordans is. I'm not gonna cry for him. For what? Give me a reason why must I cry for this person, then I'll cry for them. Do you understand? Because many people, I'm sure people Bako Dinel, they were dancing on the streets when they heard that he's gone. They were, because of what they went through, because of this man who never was held accountable for anything. Anything. Ministers were fired in and out, and he was never touched. He was actually protected by him. He would say it, and there was speculation Tahori, actually, he was the real president of this country, Pravin. Do you know the worst that he did? Remember that little boy, what's his name? The journalist, so-called journalist, News 24, who wrote The President's Keepers. The name of this guy. Who wrote this President Keepers thingy? Bukele Enebon, sorry.
It's not Mashila.
No, he's a white boy, man.
Yeah. I'll try and remember his name, yeah.
Let me ask the lady Motlu. Lady, welcome to one. Sorry. If you write the book, when yourself, right? Who must sign autograph of that book? I'm asking you, is it going to be you?
Yeah.
You're the author, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But do you know who was signing that book momentarily anymore? Series Okopola. Series, do you remember? Who was saying that book? The author of the book was not near that book being signed by him. Pravin Gordans was the one who was signed that book after he was fired by Jacob Zuma.
So does it mean that book
was written by him?
Was written by Pravin Gordans and
yes.
That guy never front again.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how good this person was. To Kundu Calvin and CDs. Like we asked the question, and there was black people there when going to buy that book.
Yeah, no, it was never bought.
No, they did.
They did.
But when people bought it, well, we expect that, yes. But there were blacks there who was going to buy that nonsense. I have the PDF.
Yes, your likes of Machine. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The likes of.
Now I have the PDF. I think I only read one page. I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna read this as a But then black people were there. You know, remember this other guy said something, and he's like, he's white. You know, I just don't know why. I just wish. Listen to this person who loves us so, black people, so much, that he just wants the best for us. You know, I so wish we could take this truth to the townships. That people in townships must know this truth. I'm like, what the what the hell? Imagine
but
a white person.
They always think for you. I can
like really that book and it's like a novel.
Uh-huh.
And it's always talking these bad, terrible things about our leaders. And this white person is telling me that we need to read that thing as blacks, that we must stand against our own people who fought for us, regardless of whatever corruption they say they have. Are you serious right now?
And they also did corruption.
Jesus Christ, that's Pravin for you. So now I'm not I'm going to apologize for anything. It's fine, it's gone. Unfortunately, it's gone. He should be here to face the
May
music.
his soul rest in peace. Nah, I'm not happy that he's dead.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Stop being a sellout, man.
No, I'm not a sellout. Like, I'm being humane. Imagine, or you are happy or someone is dead. What
I'm not
about his
happy.
kids?
I'm sad. He's supposed to be here. He's supposed to be alive today, like the statement said. He was supposed to account, my brother.
But they wouldn't have made it my count anyway. You know that.
You are one.
You know that. That you know.
It's on it.
That you
And
know.
then what?
But that's true. That's the truth.
We must have leaders like Traore here.
Yeah, now that boy, I love him.
We must
Mr.
have
Traore.
leaders like Traore.
Yeah, that man is a man. And I'm telling you, soon there'll be a war there.
I'm just happy. Oh, obvious. No, but he's busy deploying drones now.
That
pass
boy's
up.
something else.
No,
so.
pass up.
Jesus.
Pass up.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
You know,
soon.
as long as you have stronger ties with the Westerns,
Yeah.
of which they have a lot of influence in your country, and then we will never see leaders like Traore here. We won't. We will. The situation that is going to happen to us
Yeah.
is if the surrounding countries are a threat to them, then they will use us. And you will see the situations as Ukraine and Russia, and then Israel and Pakistan.
Yeah.
You will see that happening.
Yeah.
Even what is happening up there in Central African Republic. Yeah, so we still have a lot of influence from the Western. You know, those guys, they call the shots like nobody's business.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's gone. Unfortunately, he's gone, and it's fine. We'll see. Are they still gonna refuse to give our people, the parliamentary committee, the papers of what happened to Takazo deal? Yeah, SAA. And by the way, when it's not only SAA Express as well. He killed it.
You know, the painful thing about SAA is, I don't know the actual story. I'm not sure about the facts that I have and so forth, or the opinions that I have.
Yeah.
But, Dumi in the past, Asante Ali pinned down about SAA, It was always, Dudu has done this wrong. She wasn't alone, Dudu done this wrong, Dudu did this wrong, Dudu.
Yes. But the signature was his, that's the thing. The signature was his, that actually said, yeah, we want to do this. He was the accounting officer for that thing, and he is accountable for that.
But he got an instruction from somewhere.
Obvious, duh.
Then the minister.
Hey?
The minister,
working man. Pravin, Oscar.
like Dudu, obviously, Dudu cannot do the way she pleases if the minister is not overseeing whatever that is happening.
Well, the minister, this one was overseeing the president, so that's why he was doing as he pleases. So they didn't get any instructions from the president, but from some people else that owns the president of this country as well. So yeah.
But that lady was an actuarian, eh?
Often?
Dudu.
Where's that?
She was an actuarian.
Dudu was the best.
Sure.
Dudu was the best. Where's the Dudu Miene found what? Let's just pass the speed. Because she was named a delinquent. Hey.
That's what I'm saying. She was an actuarian.
She's named a delinquent director when Dudu Miene, the previous CEO of SAA.
With all those certificates.
Yes, with every degree she has. But was it the pharmacist that is destroying the very airline? Babala Moto overqualified for that position. But she's a delinquent director. She died, a very broken heart, unfortunately. These people are mournful.
To be in cahoots with you, Brahosi.
Yes.
All those that were doing very, very good under the Zuma administration, they were vilified,
Yeah.
Most of them. You look at your Brian Molefe, your Coco, your Dudu, a lot of them, just to mention a few, they were vilified, they were seen as delinquents, they were labeled all these kind of names because they were not never said according to the slate of those capitalists that I cannot mention, because things were not done their way and they're not benefiting according to them. They started, to vilify these people, because these people, they also own media. So
Yeah.
they use media to push their own propaganda about people. They can tarnish your name in
Yes.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and once again, I'm glad he's gone in this way, because if only he was still alive and I'm talking like this, I was gonna see SARS coming in here one day and I can chill that text.
Lifestyle oats all of the sudden.
Who's this motherfucker? Or who's this
Your
nonsense?
certificate started being questioned. How
Yeah.
did you pass?
How did I get to this point? 1 year now. What a story. We were coming down on him. So yeah. For that one, I'm glad he's gone. Okay, anyway, I'll fit him with this one. I'll be a Babel because it's not gonna take long.
Hey, taki bue ka Babel. Babel, our level la Bible, Babel was considered as a place that was deceiving people, a place that was not well. And then by that time, God decided to destroy that place.
Yeah.
So,
Babylon gave him Bavan. No. I know it's a Chanchanyo. Kastwan. Babel was that one when they were trying to build a Torah, that tower to heaven. Remember? That tower Babel. Yes. They were trying to build that tower to heaven, and God made them speak Chinese and English and Zulu and Xhosa
They don't understand
and Farakalo. They didn't understand anything. Yeah.
Yeah, Tabaya Babel Haimonate, man.
Mebra, give me your opinion, Mebra. What do you think about this thing? Like, what happened there?
More countries we have laws that are telling or dilaula a lot of sectors and a lot of things in our country. We have the constitution.
Yes.
We have labor law. We have immigration laws that as a person who comes out of the country, coming to our country, you have to have these certain requirements so that you can be accepted to come to country in Yarona for whatever reason. For well, there are procedures to be followed and there are documentations that you have to have on hand when coming this side. To have an establishment that is meant to service people and then at the same time to provide employment, doing something like this, I think it's not a good thing. I consider a country that is progressive. It wants really a country that is regressive because we have labor laws. As a country that is considered to be having the best constitution, as they say, if it means we are doing things unconstitutional and how to follow Melao. It means there are issues of exploitation if labor laws are not being followed at those establishments. It means there are issues of exploitation in terms of human rights. It means the constitution is not applicable at that establishment. So it is so disappointing because I thought we have passed that stage, considering the fact that previously we were seen as a country that was xenophobic.
Yes.
Considering that, and then what is happening with these establishments, then it paints a bleak picture for our country. It paints a bleak picture because it can go back to that when we raise such things. We have a lot of people that are unemployed within our country, but people that are coming from outside that came illegally are being employed by these establishments, whereas the issue of unemployment within our country. Secondly, a country at best in terms of the constitution, but then when it comes to labor laws, our establishments are not applying those laws into their place. Operation. So I think it paints a picture that is black and it shows that we are regressing in terms of progressing.
Yeah. All right. Guys, just to get a little reminder about what we're talking about now. We're talking about Babel. It's a restaurant apparently in Main Lane that is in the news now. Very controversial news. I just came across an article now, but I'm going to play first an audio. Audio, when the raid was happening, right? They was doing a raid. Then this one. These people, they were doing a raid, all the ministries, immigration and labor and whatnot. So they were doing this thing. So this is audio from Newsroom Africa I got today, right? I'm going to play it and then you can just hear for themselves. Sorry, Barry, what were they expected to do? Their waiters there, right? The story is Tamaso. The waiters were expected to buy their own uniform, which I will kind of tell you how good and how bad it is, right? Number two, they were told to buy their own cutlery. You know how the hell you want to work in a restaurant and buy your own cutlery?
How will you know that this is my spoon now?
Yeah.
Even the bottle openers.
That one is part of uniform. It's fine. You come with it. I used to be a waiter myself, so I do know. I have to buy that for myself. Corkscrew. I had to buy with myself. For that time, it was not even a problem because it was my thing. I will go home with it. It's mine. Fine. And then
But
comes...
besides that, so
Yeah.
maybe I don't sort of think. Why are you doing that when you're at work? Why are you bringing your own? It's like bring your own uniform. You said it's PPE.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing that?
Okay.
When you are going to work.
Okay, let me talk about the uniform one bit. Uniform is a must and Calvin. First and foremost, if I buy her uniform, right, and then it's hers, then she applies for another job and she leaves. She can't live with that uniform because it is the company property, right? Now I have to take the uniform, either burn it or give it to somebody who's gonna have size high, for example, or I have to alter it for someone else to be able to wear to continue. Hence, now all the places I worked with, I have to pay uniform. I didn't mind because I went home with it. It's there in my house now. I've got uniform. I go for a market and go for Lancet. And then uniform hospital, they used to give us allowance for it anyway to buy for ourselves. So you understand what I'm saying? So uniform, in a way, I wouldn't really count it against them because it's done by every industry. Yes, construction industry on it, they do provide because they have to provide that one. But it's a hazard for them.
But do you see where I come in?
They are
Maybe
always
it's because of the industry I come from. Because I was like,
but for
safety is the first priority. So if somebody comes without a proper safety boot,
it's a problem. Yes. Yeah, so when I was a chef, they gave us all still uniform straight away. That top hat thingy, whatever. But we paid like $50.
That's what I'm saying.
Into the thing, and then that's it. The uniform is mine. When I left, I still have those chef things at the house, and that's it. It's mine. So the uniform thing is out. The one thing that I hate is the cutlery. How can you buy your own cutlery? Wait. Cutlery, if they mean the corkscrew, no, then they're crazy because the corkscrew is yours.
Yeah, it says that here.
They were buying the corkscrew.
They were buying their own corkscrew.
But it's theirs. I mean, that one, I'm not going to go against Babel for you. No. We used to do it ourselves. I was a waiter.
You are from the industry, so
the what?
Cigar cutter.
Well,
come on.
Well, cigar cutter.
You might as well just bring your own toolbox and put it there.
Cigar cutter.
Come on.
And cigarette lighters.
Mari, beside guys. Okay, what Bible did was wrong. That one people must understand. It was wrong, terrible. But some things.
I'm talking about those things. Cigarette cutter. Forget the bubble.
Cigar cutter, yes.
Forget the bubble thing. Those things. Like really.
It's like asking a teacher to bring their own marker.
You must bring them pen.
Not so long.
You must bring them pen. You must bring your own pen. Not bring your own pen.
No.
All right. But for the industry hospitality, in a way, they do have that. I've been through that myself. I was a waiter for a long time, I know. When I came here the first time, 2003, I had to go buy my own corkscrew, buy it. It was like cheap, like 15 cents. I got that thing. And then I never bought anything else because I was never working in a restaurant that needs
the
cigar cutter thing, which is expensive, by the way. And if it was exclusive for whatever cigar lounge inside the restaurant should have provided that. Or the patrons must bring their own. You understand? You'll never, because that thing is expensive. And like I said, it's a million one. That's the problem. So for that one, I'll give them a mark or no. It was wrong.
And the problem with that company is that they don't. You work without a contract. There's no basic salary. You have to get paid through tips.
Yeah.
So let's say I don't get many customers in a day. How am I going to afford to buy those things?
And they had to pay some. Into that tip, they have to pay the restaurant something from the tip. They do that nowadays.
Yes,
I don't know why.
They do.
Okay.
I've been in Cape Town, Durban. We even had to ask the waiter to say, are they going to take a portion? That when they say no or yes, then we know that we have to tip the person actual with cash. So somehow you go through this and you're like, but are people really like that? You are a whole manager and you are taking it. If I'm giving 60 rand tip because of it's always 10% of what you use.
Yes, that you have used. Yes.
So 60 rands. Are you really going to share somebody's 60 rands?
Yeah, so you can take $6 from it.
And I've heard that they have to shade amongst themselves, ne?
That sometimes,
let's
yeah,
say-
it always
If you
depends
didn't
on
make
the
enough for
restaurant.
an ad, you'd have to contribute to you as well. Yeah.
Well, it's Bruce Kappa.
That one on
yeah.
about it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll even encourage it.
Yeah,
guys,
rather
come on.
that
You are a
than the
team.
manager
You
take the
didn't
money.
do
Yeah.
that. And instead of there, come on.
Yeah, rather than
They
the
take.
manager take the money.
I'll rather say no. If
Yeah.
it does sound okay, amongst yourselves, go ahead.
Yeah.
When I was a waiter myself, on this, maybe it's a Fairmont Tea Garden. Go Fairmont, Johannesburg, or Orange Grove. It's a Jewish settlement. Keep a Jewish fell. One of the people, yes. We didn't have lunch. We didn't have tea. We didn't have anything. We used to eat leftovers from the plate. And when a white Jew lady left half or cut off a waffle, Haki says the plate will go morao. Before I can go back, I have to just it and drink whatever is left in there. That's how terrible it was for that place. Tips were ours. Shame. One was to take any tip from us, and what they did was they would pay us 70 rands a day from the till, right? The only downside was it was an outdoor restaurant. It's a tea garden. That's where they sell plants and all that nonsense. And only if it's raining, we go. We don't go. Because it's raining. People are not going to come because it's raining. So when it's not raining, it will be packed. And it will be like the whole day. From 8 till 4. We'll run around and we'll make some money at least to buy train ticket. From here, A station to Johannesburg, and then what is this thing, Atteridgeville, from Johannesburg, from the station here to Atteridgeville. I'll buy that train ticket from that. Will tell them, listen, from town to Joburg to Atteridgeville. So it was an interconnection. You understand?
I'm worried about what you just mentioned. Yeah, eating
Leftovers.
The leftovers.
Yes.
Some people can be petty.
Yeah.
Let's
I
say
thought you will see.
The Jews knew that you guys are eating their leftovers.
Yeah.
And then they spit in that food, and when you're very hungry.
And I didn't see. That is the terrible side of waitering sometimes. Especially looking for people who are heartless, who doesn't care. Or you are a human being. So long as you are there to serve them and then them to get whatever, they'll be very happy. They didn't give a shit. I keep on. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. But it's what the waiter staff. The waiters are going through each and every single day. Unless you can get a restaurant that actually has people who've got morals and humanity, that will never treat you like that. That's why South Africans don't want to work in these places. And you guys say they're lazy. Whereas they're not lazy. It's because they know what
Which guys?
Last time I had a lady here who said,
Which guys?
"Lo, now South Africa, I can learn to
Be specific.
Lena."
Come on, guys.
Not in the studio per se, fathers.
Okay.
My people are saying us we are lazy, correct? Because we don't want to work
I know.
under that in those conditions. So let me play this clip a little bit. I'm gonna play half because 8 minutes. I'm gonna play half of it. Then we can just take it from there. Let's see what's up again.
No, these are late.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so let me play this clip and then you guys will take it from there, right?
Good evening to you and welcome if you're just joining us. We begin with this. A sting operation by the Labour Department officials is currently underway at a restaurant in Menlyn, that's here in Gauteng. It comes after the eatery's management was accused of exploiting workers on social media. Let's speak now to Newsroom Africa's Nqobile Madlala, who is live for us in Pretoria this hour. Nqobile, good evening to you. Tell us exactly what the name of that restaurant is and why it is being raided this hour.
Well, Claudia, the name of the restaurant is Babel Restaurant, and really, at this point, there are questions around how they treat their people, whether they're being exploited or not, and whether or not they have the right documentation. And this is why we find various departments at this point, from the Department of Labour and Employment. We've got immigration here, we've got the Hawks as well. They are currently looking at their documentation that they have of their staff. On my right-hand side already, that's where they are. I want to bring in the DSG, the DG, to speak to us, though, about this. DG, amongst other things, is a video that we saw on social media that details how workers feel that their rights have been infringed on. Can you tell us what other complaints did you get?
Well, so there's a myriad of complaints that we have. particularly regarding the people not necessarily complaining or while complying with labor laws, and which is why the Department of Employment and Labor is here. So we also have received some complaints related to other nefarious activities that are happening in the establishment, which is why we have a joint operation from the Hawks, Employment and Labor, and also Home Affairs to ensure that all the other aspects of law issues that have been reported to us are actually attended to. It is not new, all right. It is something that has been concerning to us. We have had a number of visits and inspections in the past week or two, and this issue has been coming up quite prominently. We are concerned about certain industries, particularly the hospitality has come up to be a bit of a risk for us. So we want to make sure that people comply with the law.
What sort of experts of issues are coming out in the hospitality industry?
Well, look, I mean, amongst other things, is the fact that people are not observing occupational health care and safety practices, and also basic conditions of employment are not necessarily adhered to. There are complaints from employees that they are being abused. They're not necessarily being remunerated appropriately and properly, and they are made to work extraordinary hours that are not necessarily within the confines of the law. They are actually made to pay for stuff that we believe that they should not necessarily be paying for, including uniform in certain instances. And as you have picked up also on that video, the young person there indicating that they have been actually requested or forced, for that matter, to pay for cutlery and related matters that actually supposed to be provided by the establishment.
All right. Like a cutlery image. All right. So I've got this article here now on the Times, Sweated Time Life. The lady, the girl who did this TikTok video, I don't know if you've seen it. Do you have it there? You don't have it? Okay. They offered me money to take down the video. They said, TikToker Mbali Mihlali Nobavu, who posted a viral video exposing an alleged toxic environment at the Babel restaurant in mainland Pretoria, says manager said the restaurant has offered to refund her for her uniform and other expenses in exchange of taking down the video. In the video, which garnered 1 million views, Nabavu detailed her experience as a waitress at the restaurant, including being told to purchase her own uniform after she was hired and facing other unfair treatment, close quote. She said staff have to buy their own uniform, bottle openers, cigar cutters, cigarette lighters. She was hired without a contract, the basic salary, her income being deprived from tips, of which the company took a percentage. Staff also had to pay a person who assists them during the day, referred to as a runner, a fee from their own pockets. She also alleged that she was asked to change her hairstyle by management without any reason. They treat us like dogs. They belittle us when they talk to us. We don't have breaks. We work from 1 p.m. to 2 a.m. She said in the video. After the video went viral, she said the managers offered her money to remove the video. However, she never replied to their messages. Since I posted the videos, some of the managers tried to contact me, but I haven't been replying to their calls and messages. One of the managers went as far as sending me a message on Instagram offering a refund to refund me for the uniform as well as the equipment in exchange for me to take them the video. Obviously, I didn't respond to them. He sentenced me that they think this is about money. Yes, I did incur financial loss, but it's more about principle. I thought that they would admit their wrongdoing and try to better the working conditions of the employees. But I don't think they set themselves for being in the wrong. Right? Yeah. So that's Babel for you. Yes, and it's owned by a white Frenchman, by the way.
All they did was whatever act that they did, trying to approach this lady, promising her money and all that, it was admission of guilt.
Yeah.
It was admission of guilt. It was pure admission of guilt. You can't be saying to a person who has concerns that, no, I'll offer you this, and then you take down the video. Why?
You see?
You want to be taken down. They knew exactly that they were guilty. All that they were doing all along was wrong. And I think I've heard that they employed some of the illegal immigrants in the establishment.
Yeah, two was found that time of the raid. 2 was found with no papers. From 68 people, 2 on that like at that moment was illegal immigrants who didn't have any papers. Apparently.
Which is against the law, because according to Section 38 of the Immigration Act, it provides that no person shall employ an illegal foreigner, a foreigner whose status does not authorize him or her to be employed by such a person, or a foreigner on terms, conditions, or in a capacity different from those contemplated in such foreign status. So if they don't comply in accordance with the employment of immigrants in the country, you can't employ those people.
Yes, you can.
They have to comply.
Yeah, but they did. Yeah.
Of course, I think it was against the law. So basically, bar wrong in terms of their labor practices, in terms of they are contravening labor practices and immigration practices, including, I think, the conditions of the operation of the establishment. They are against, they are wrong, basically.
Of course, they are wrong.
But cause doesn't this actually shine a spotlight on a lot of business practices? Yes, I understand that this week is this. Yeah. Last week, what was it? The Romance pizza one.
Yeah.
Done by who? So
when they were using the boxes again.
Somewhere, somehow. It is us as besides black people, but us as South Africans who actually perpetuate these things.
Yes.
How? Because of, if you agree, remember that if it's being done by you where you are working at, that means the other establishment somewhere, the same food chain, will do the same, and tomorrow is your sister, tomorrow is your brother. That's the only time then you will start striking and going in arms and saying they've killed your sister and your brother. It's the same as people who sell wrong snacks by the gate to the kids, who sell space cookies by the gate to the kids. These things, it's done by us. I always say, look at the idea of drugs. Do we have Nigerians in the townships?
Yeah.
No, but Kosi.
Do we? We don't. We do have them. They are not.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. They are full in town, but there's something.
No, but then, Mr. Sokhongwane, what Mr. Musikar is trying to say is, let's say, those people, those Nigerians, based go certain place like Sunnyside.
Oh, yes.
And then they have someone in the township all over the land. Someone from South Africa.
So who's doing that? And then this is what even the Minister of Police, the previous one, also said. To say, yes. Let's get into it. He said he's retiring, so he's going to mend the cows. So he said, the very same South Africans are the ones who are going to cry once they come and get into your home and start saying, take this person out of the car, because we are harboring criminals. The minute if somebody is not doesn't have the right paperwork, that means we are harboring criminals.
Of course.
So it's in the back of your garage, it's in the rooms that you are renting out, it's in the flats that the white people own and all those people, even black people, even councillors, they own those flats. They are the ones who are perpetuating these things to happen. So for me and you to actually try and solve this is for me to say, but Kosi, what you're doing is wrong. And to make sure that you account to the wrong that you are doing. Because if it starts in the township, your next door neighbor, you say, but you have actually put this person on. Where is this person's papers? Because of tomorrow, once they rape or they kill somebody, then they vanish. It's done.
Rain owns Rain. Motsepe owns Rain.
Yes.
I'm canceling my subscription.
You didn't know?
I didn't know that nonsense. Okay, what I know.
You are behind.
But he has made like.
No, you are behind.
Listen, the
Time Bank. You own
I know Time Bank, yes, but I didn't know Rain that he owns Rain. The man made like 24.95 billion.
Yes.
What the?
Hey, serious monies.
Jesus Christ.
So you cancelling it, right?
So I'm paying this man every month.
But he's a South African. Why are you cancelling it? Because of he's still investing. Okay, I hear about the other things, but they invest in South Africa. So why are you cancelling it?
Let's work on next time. So.
Okay, yeah, maybe let's leave it for next time.
So Babel and it's not only about Babel.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I made an example about romance. So today is this one. Tomorrow is that. Tomorrow is a Chinese shop or an Indian shop or who sold wrong cookies or who are busy stamping with their feet and making bread and all those. No, but that's the
even
thing.
the chicken feet. I saw the video of the Indians.
Yes.
Chicken feet
The
at the
thing
back of
is,
the van.
the
Come
thing
out.
is, you know where the problem is. These people do it from their countries, and it's okay.
They do it there, yes,
no,
and
they
it's
do
fine.
It. So you guys are accustomed to hygiene and all that. So that's why the minute you are like up in arms, they are like shocked to say,
what is wrong with this?
These
Like
people?
this is
This
normal.
is what we live.
I once saw a video that was very disturbing. Ne? This Indian guys, they are selling purified water, and when you see where
To
the
the
water
toilet.
is
It was the toilet. Yeah, we saw that as well.
So you see, that's what I'm saying. That's the way they make.
That's
their
how
living.
that's how it is in India. They
Street
don't give
food,
it that.
they do it straight with their hands and they
Yeah, and then they
you.
eat. Yes.
And you see somebody eating, not that it's edited, or you see somebody actually eating and enjoy. Say, this is nice. So
man.
exactly.
All right.
Back to the topic here, the lady who posted on TikTok.
Yes.
I think she did the right thing by not accepting the bribe, because I take that thing as a bribe, because they wanted
It is
to
a bribe,
bribe her
yes.
gore ba mo- to
Ba mo didimatse and then
gore ba mo
whatnot, yeah.
didimatse. So she did the right thing by not taking that money so that they can be exposed.
Yeah.
Wabona now the Department of Labor
Maybe the bribe wasn't enough.
The bribe? No, maybe. Maybe they didn't give her
Maybe
enough.
the
And
bribe
I was like,
wasn't
I get
enough.
it,
No,
cafe.
they just said, she said they wanted to pay back the clothes. And, so the bribe wasn't enough.
Yeah, they should have given me a lump
If the
sum.
bribe was enough,
Lump sum, lump
I will
sum.
look the other direction and say, as long as I'm no longer there.
Yeah.
So
All right.
are you telling me that if
No, but for real, always check that out.
Yeah.
The minute somebody gets arrested, the bribe wasn't enough.
Hey.
If they catch you with cocaine on the streets, if you make sure that you call the station command or whoever who's in charge of that roadblock, then they say, no, 50,000, 100,000 will be by your bank, and then I'll give your lake here 10,000 rands. Then
No,
you
wrong for
pass.
cash. That's what cash.
That's
It's
what-
10 sten again. Did man.
That's what I'm saying.
Rafid.
Same time.
You said something about Roman's pizza.
I think they were cleaning the boxes one about. Okay,
You didn't see it.
They
change-
were
after you
reusing.
eat- After you eat your nice pizza, and
Yeah,
they
or
take
the box
the
them
box,
again.
you think they're going to throw it. No,
They're going to
recycle
clean it and then
Clean
put it back.
nicely, put the new pizza in, slice it, and give the other person.
Yes.
Okay.
So those who actually
They're
survived are
saving the
those.
cost, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to say. I wanted, sorry, Mr.
Sidiso.
Sidiso. I wanted to say something. I've got a friend of mine who was working for. Should I mention the name of
Yes,
the
mention,
company?
it's
This
fine.
other company, Take a Lot.
Take a look, yeah.
Allegedly, akere when you register for Take a Lot or udire deliveries,
Yes.
there's an app that you have where they
They will send the
notify
word
you
to.
or you have
Come
to go
and deliver, yes,
so
yes, yes.
apparently allegedly hunali the ghost accounts like you've got this number registered deliveries but then there are several accounts kanali 3 or 4 numbers and then I made a deal with someone who will go Take a Lot
Yes.
so that person udira adi di lotsela ditla di order ditla di sena ka mo di ghost what sell
Yes.
o kry le dutse lona kwa for the whole day o kgona go dula bo ma 3 to 4 hours go sena any
Not getting
order e tsenang go go wena
Yes.
but those foreign nationals ke bone most of them ba ne le goreng ba accepted that
Yes.
because of they knew gore akere bone they've got nothing to lose yeah hey so wena you're using your car when ba berekisa di scooter they don't
And that's
care.
double,
Imagine
by
you
the way.
and they get 50% that person go Take a Lot to create
Yeah.
50% of the money let's see when really the order said 20 or create 50%
Of that 20, yes.
and you used what your own transport remember you don't only use petrol.
Yeah. So didn't like when you're not able to get to stop that? Like
No, she resigned. Apparently, those people who were working there, they ended up Batamai and then, but now
now we're left with
the
this
situation
one.
is better.
Yeah.
But I can sometimes o kry ba go romela ko di areas di one like ko site ile ya vibros. She once got a order ko site ya ko vibro and it's dodgy.
Yeah, the
and
places,
as a
some
woman
places
at
are
night,
dodgy.
so that person would request dijo and then a fetsa re ko kai a fitla kwa. It's a dodgy place.
10
so
here,
she
10
just,
there, and then you can
she
I'm
went back.
ke go shebile tla.
Yeah.
Go le fifo sa bone motor e tla ke mo
And
tsile
she
ke mo shebile.
cancelled the
I'm
order
looking at
and
you.
Yeah,
I see you.
I see you. Ke tla go
she cancelled the order and it was chaos. Why did you cancel the order? But your safety comes first, and when they take your car,
It's
it's
gone.
your responsibility.
It's gone.
They're not gonna reimburse you.
You see? All right, bon, Babel again. What they're doing is terrible. It's not good. Sorry for the
any
people.
other company.
Any other company doing this, they must stop.
Any
Can't
other
it?
company.
They must stop. Yeah. All right.
Any.
Now, Bella Bill, series. Do you agree? Do you agree with the Bella Bill as we're now only an educator? I'll come to this one in the studio. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't like Bella Bill. Do you agree with the Bella Bill as it is? Are you one of the people who says they cannot implement the damn thing, or what?
I agree with the Bella Bill. Reason Ricky work from a point of a citizen, not as an educator, as a citizen.
Yes.
Remember, we live in times where things are evolving. You know, you can't be applying something centuries back to the current generation. We need,
1902.
yes, we need
Sa
to evolve.
1902.
Oh yeah.
1902. So we need to evolve with times, and we need policy and regulations that are in line with what is currently happening. Currently, when we look at our schools currently, especially in the township,
Yeah.
if you can look at what the SGB vis-a-vis the schools, what is happening there is chaos. It's chaos. Gone are those days whereby you would find the governing bodies being there for the good reasons, such as making sure that curriculum delivery, making sure that the school is in good conditions, making sure that learners are well disciplined and all that.
Yes.
They are only there for money. They know that schools are being given so much budget to buy learning, teaching, and support material, money for maintenance, and so forth and so forth. They are there for that, nothing else, nothing else. Their core function of fundraising, they are no longer doing it. So I think the Bella Act came at the right time, to correct some of the things. When you look at the Bella Act, currently the main focus of it will be mostly on.
Oh, sorry. I think he cut off. I don't know then. Yeah. And then okay, let me hear from when Kinedu. What do you think of this Bella Act thing? Okay, give us opinion. Yeah, all right. Sharp. Calvin. Yeah.
No,
What do you
the
think about this
Bella
Bella thing?
I won't say even most of it, but 90%.
Welcome to voicemail.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember, it's been
2 hours.
So,
2 hours.
Yeah, maybe he didn't charge. So, hey, maybe it's gone. He didn't see it. He didn't see it.
No, it's fine. He will come back.
Let's think about it this way, because of look at the act as it starts from crèche. When they say they're including crèche,
Yes.
like what else do you want? Because of a lot of crèches are not regulated. Most of the people they say no, I'll take care of your child, or just maybe a parent is in desperate need and says no, can you just look after my child?
Yeah.
2 minutes, okay, no, not so long, it's 10 kids, 20, it starts growing. Now it's a serious crèche now.
Yes.
Now you find kids, you no longer can manage because of you were never taken through the idea of running this thing as a business. So now people start, okay.
Tiriso, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, give Calvin a minute after his point, then you can continue where you left off. Ne?
Not a problem.
So that's why that's how it happens. So you find you started with 2 kids and it was manageable. You could do it alone, and or while that other one sleeps, maybe you feed the other one.
Yes.
You can manage
Then
yourself.
they became 30. Then
Now they are 30. You have to manage different. You must remember
Different
people's
ages.
skills.
Yes.
So you manage this one. You manage, and they're of different ages.
Yeah.
Also, they are from different backgrounds. This one is a Tswana, this one is a Sotho, this one is a Zulu. So all of them, when kids are being raised, it's different ways of raising kids. Then they'll start telling you, and you'll start telling them as well to say, no, but this is my business. You can't do this. That's where the reporting, the ill-treating of kids, and all those things happens.
Okay.
And remember, the kids are different. They are different. We've got kids with autism.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to be, you must employ professionals. So nna ke neilwe ke tla ke neilwe, so ke batla go start a crash, but I have no idea how to deal with a child who have autism or only ADHD or so that's where you have to business be registered, but now like more the townships like this, the crashes are very expensive. And most of the parents are not working. Let's be realistic.
No,
so they take the kids to, let's say, go Westford.
Yeah.
Crash ki 300 rand or ki 200 rand.
150.
Go Uspegi. Crash ki 300 rand.
Yes.
And I don't think most of them are not registered.
They're not.
Of course they're not.
The food, the diet,
The whatever that's there.
remember, kids have from crash, they have curriculum.
Yes.
They must be at a certain level before they reach grade R.
Yes.
So now they are not at that level. And you want the grade 1 teacher to struggle with this child that can't even write their name.
Yeah.
So goes pig.
Actually
Mama
playing
goes
around.
spanning, so
Those are the problems that we are facing. So it's in terms of administrative duties, in terms of that as well. You must remember, the minute they talk about homeschooling,
yes,
that's where the affluent people are crying.
the white people say it, man. No, it's one.
But even black people, I know black people who
Who's
do
that?
it. Yeah, sir.
Partying.
Go to sentence.
Yeah.
Go to sentence.
If you vote,
Go there. So you'll understand. There are black people who are actually doing that.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
Even here in Pretoria, there are people who are homeschooling.
Which world do you live in?
Like a lot has in So
you know what they say. So to say, stop living with peasants.
first that I must go and live in something. Leave the peasants alone.
So now this is what happens because of now you find black people or even white or whichever national, they actually homeschool their children. Nah?
Yes.
Sharp, 100%. The people who homeschool these kids, they are not regulated.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, they answer to themselves. They are the ones who tell the department, this child has passed this grade. We are taking this child to the next grade.
Yeah.
So this is the syllabus I had offered. So the Department of Education is saying, we want to actually structure. We're not saying what you need to teach.
Yes.
You can teach, but as long as it aligns with every school curriculum.
Yes.
So now they are refusing that. And mind you, let's say the child actually now is in grade 12. Has to pass now. What then happens? The person says, Umalusi, give this child the certificate because of I say so. I was the educator. I
said so, yeah.
You understand where this? Then you find this child that was homeschooled from grade R up until the last grade. When they get to work,
Zero. Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Mr.
saying.
Siriso, your point, Baran.
Yeah, as I was saying, it will look more into the admission policy, language policy, curriculum development, and school governance.
Yeah.
You know, my interest is more on school governance. As I've said earlier on that, with regards to the governing bodies that we have, especially in township schools, they have these other interests, you know, besides the interest of the learner, because we are all there at school for the interest of the learner, whether as a parent, whether as a stakeholder, whether as a teacher, parent, official from somewhere else, we are there for the best interest of the learner. But then the governing bodies are no longer there for the best interest of the learner. They are there for pregnancy. What we look for is to okay, no, Mr. Kosi, open a company. Now I will make sure that you get appointed there, you sign the SLA and get that job or provide 1, 2, 3, and then you'll give me a cut. Well,
That's what happens.
we compromise a lot of things with regards to the education of the learner.
Yeah.
So I think this will try to correct some of the things that is finally say. Well, I think the SGB should go back to their core functions. Their core function is to make sure that they fundraise for the school. In the manner making sure school is extra income, other activities are fundraising.
Yeah.
You know. The other thing that I like about this bill is grade R should be compulsory in all the schools. You know, grade R is very, 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 very important. And I've heard Mr. Musikari mentioning Sabaya, ECD, early childhood development. That these learners, they need to be at a certain cognitive level before they can go to another grade.
Yes.
So the ECD part, the schooling Yangwana, it should be enforced. It should be structured in a proper manner. There should be a curriculum for Banababa so that a gap is bridged between ECD, grade R, and then grade R, they know that they do their work, so that when I only hire to grade 1 or at the right cognitive level, the learner, the pen grip is correct. Comprehend what is being said to them, because we have an issue where they can't comprehend, they can't read for meaning, they can't read for understanding.
Yeah.
So, you know, enforcing these other laws, making sure that there's proper curriculum for these ECD learners, grade R, so that when they proceed to the next grade, bash up. The other thing that I liked about this bill again is the inclusion of learners who do not have documentation, because it's been an issue. Because how about the budget that is being allocated to school? It is allocated per head.
Yes.
And those heads that are being counted are the heads of learners that have documents, that are documented. The undocumented ones, previously, they were not allocated for in the budget. So currently, the bill states that every learner has the right to education. So I think it will also be corrected that in terms of the budget will no longer be katabaya hore. These documented ones are the ones that are going to receive the allocation. Now the budget is going to be about all these learners that are being admitted to this school. They are going to be allocated for. Agree the right learning, teaching, and support materials.
All right.
So
yeah. But then we look at our president. Our president I had this big hoo-ha on Friday last week, signing in this bill, right? And the media was there. It was this big ruckus. I was watching the whole thing, just 2 days research to see people what the hell is going on. And then the man buckled under pressure because the city press, my man, headline, Ramaphosa signs a law but buckles under pressure. I'm gonna go Twitter now. What Kalikrill said. Kalikrill leader ya AfriForum, right? Like about give me pillar in nonsense. Kalikrill, yeah. Ash. Okay, when even Hitler. When you krill muskali krill. Okay, no can't. Yeah. What that one I respond. Ash. I respond to City Press, right? What he said was, City Press says, Bella Bill, Ramaphosa buckled to pressure. That's what City Press said. Ash, like a bontica, okay, very repeat. Ash, like what is good? City Press buckled under pressure, Ramaphosa, yeah. And his response, I think, who said something again, I'm going to read it now. The Bella Act for a president to engage with all communities, even those that disagree with his party, is called good statesmanship. I don't know if you've ever born. Now he's the best thing since sliced bread in this country. to portray President Ramaphosa's decision to engage with representatives of minority communities as if he buckled to pressure. It's a false narrative created by those who do not want to promote mutual recognition and respect between communities. The country is in dire need of cooperation, not heightened polarization. Let me go to the responses. Some of them, 2, 3. The ANC is in existential crisis. They are useless. Their uselessness, racial insanity, and slyness are catching up with them. One can easily become discouraged. It's a futile exercise for Parliament once Parliament sends a bill to the President to be signed. It is done deal. Your representatives should have voiced their concerns about the bill while it's still discussed in Parliament. Now, my problem is fail. The man went on Friday about today into law. It was beautiful. The minister of the DA didn't attend. Kharube, your minister.
Your minister to serve as the best interest of the president.
Yeah, she did not attend this thing because I can't get DA. Remember, DA told them, we are going to be in the JNU with you people, but we're not going to implement your policies. Yeah, who's alive? She didn't attend in protest because she doesn't like the bill the way it is. Now, Ramaphosa, not being a strong president and not being a real president, the bill was signed for and it was voted for by the whole parliament. Now, tell me what, the moment that thing comes out to him to sign, Parliament has voted on this thing, it was passed as a law. He should not. The time before its debate in Parliament, they were given opportunity to discuss it and to talk about it and to make amendments and to do all manner of sorts. The man goes and said, we're going to excuse 2 clauses. The first clause is clause 4, which is speaking about language policy. Clause 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken, homeschooling and whatnot. For 3 months, I'm going to give you 3 months to go back and you come with your own, comments and whatever, and then we see how we can amend those 2. If not, it's going ahead as a bill. But then one thing, it was signed already on Friday. That means it's a law today. All of it. There's no amendment. I don't know. That's why City President, he buckled under pressure because the DA said Abaynyaki, Freedom from Plaza doesn't want it. Any other white institution doesn't want this thing the way it is because it's going to challenge their little, their like their little nest. Remember, AfriForum is pushing for Africans only schools. They must have Africans only schools.
Yeah? On what you're saying.
Yes.
Remember, in Gauteng we have this online system.
Yes.
Do you know the struggle and the fights that are being caused by this online system?
Yes.
Because the online system provides parents and everyone with the choices of you can apply for whatever school that you want to apply for.
Yes.
But then, because we know that some people, they don't want a certain race in their schools, they try by all means to fight and try by all means to block parents from applying at their schools. And then parents will flock into district, and then the district will say, go to that school, and then contact me how local school on say. And officials from the district would say that. And then they will try to come up with a lot of reasons. No, your child didn't do this language. Your child doesn't have this background.
Yes.
You don't have a child in this school. They will try to come with all sorts of excuses to exclude your child from their schools. They even after admitting your child, they can try to manipulate the subject. High school, and then they will make sure that the streams they want to choosing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They will try by all means to try to block us from entering their schools. Listen to what AfriForum said today. They said Bella Bill threatens survival of Africans. That's AfriForum for you. How does inclusion of every child in the country, right, not having some separate school for Africans and whatever for English and all the others. How is that threatening a so-called language?
I believe or I carry English is the medium of instruction.
Yes. Now we are speaking English because some people don't understand English here in this world. We are forced out to speak this language because some people who listen to the conversation doesn't know how to listen, how it is done. So we are trying to accommodate them, but when it comes to their things, they don't want to do that. Tom, 94 happened for a reason. Let's just go back there when I go in Calvin. 94 happened for a reason. They should have been told, Bakaiju, we are not only voting a new government, we are changing everything. The laws, the way of life, the way you thought you were better than other people, it's gone. They should have been told that from school. They were not told that from school, unfortunately. So they don't see any difference between 1935 and 2024. They think they're still in charge. How can you go into the media and say something like this? Only because we are saying the language policy must be used, because every school must use one language that everybody will understand. Do you know what Kuro School did way back? That's in the news, but it died down. Kuro had English classes and Afrikaans classes. And black people who are so clever, who took their kids there, they were okay with it.
No, but it's the same with UP.
UP, no, and UP say, no, they tried, didn't they?
No, that's why, to tell you the truth,
yes.
That's the same reason I didn't go to UP. Because their browser, they would even write, classes can commence in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
Yes, I did Afrikaans at school. But
I did for 12 years. But
you can't be saying classes can commence
in Afrikaans, yeah. But I think they stopped, wasn't it?
No, remember, as time goes,
yeah.
Even at UOFS, University of Free State,
yeah.
I registered for a year, 2007. I did geology, but I realized that I don't like it.
Yes.
In class, it was an English class. There was Afrikaans and English class, but the lecturer was an Afrikaans person, and in that class, majority were whites.
Obviously.
And then a student could ask a question in Afrikaans, and the lecturer would just answer in Afrikaans, and he will never even think of us who doesn't know Afrikaans.
Because the thing is, this thing, what the ANC did in 94, even before 94, they really effed us up so much as black people. And I'll tell you why. Because, like I said, they were never told, oh, guys, this is a transition. It's not just a voting of a new government. We are changing from everything to this new thing that's going to include everybody at the same time. And from there, they were given this power to open these private schools for themselves. Bokuro, Elma. When Elma College was there, it was all white. Remember, now it's all black. There's no white child there. All our kids are white. All teachers are white, except for 2-3 black ones. Yeah. But the rest of these kids are black. I don't have a problem with them teaching Afrikaans there. It's fine. You understand what I'm saying? I would like my kid to know Afrikaans just for the sake of knowing that somebody cannot scanner. Yeah, man, not scanner. I'm Afrikaans as a Then I did Afrikaans from school, from grade 1 up until matric. I don't have a problem. I can speak Afrikaans. I can hear it clearly. No one can ever say anything about me. So for the mere fact that you know a language, it's fine. You understand? Don't impose it. And don't use it for segregation. You bring back the apartheid in schools, in democracy, in a sense of a language policy. Africans don't live in a language, by the way. It's not. It's a dialect.
Yes.
In 1651, there was no Africans in the world.
Yes.
And we need. Let's talk the truth. I'm not against in Africa.
No,
I've got African friends. Chris, me and you. Come on.
Yes.
There is Afrikaans was not there as a language. It was not it's a dialect from Dutch, German, and French. 3 languages combined, and they got these Africans out of it. You understand? Even the colors now have got their own Africans.
Yes.
Exactly. because
where does it belong to? Who does it belong
to? But then for them, so we cannot let people rule us like this. We can't have Afrikaans only universities anymore. We had Rau, remember, Rand Afrikaans University, which is UJ now. They changed that and they were fighting tooth and nail. They had to go and take money amongst themselves to build this thing, this technical nonsense MO, which I hate with everything, Saka, because I don't hate I just hate separatism in democracy. How do you do that? Yes. How do you encourage people to still be in democracy but still being separate development? We went through hell, Regardless of what put that one. We went through hell through that. But then these people bring it back and back is undercover language police.
Always throw it in your face.
You understand? This is very much unfair to every black person in this country. So whoever black person are hanyake Bella Bill, ask them simple question. If we in Bella Bill, they won't even tell you.
That's where the issue is.
You should listen to TikTok.
Each and every time when such things are passed, you hear it via the news and you'll hear it in a skewed way.
Yeah.
They'll make sure that they say it in a way that you end up saying it's wrong. Only when you start reading it and understanding then you're like, but why is everybody crying?
Okay, let's look
because
at
of we are here to work together.
Yesterday I was listening to the Premier of Gauteng.
Yes.
He was saying the same thing, that you know what, this bill, I was part of. He mentioned that he was part of the people who were drafting this bill.
Yes.
And this bill, there were a lot of compromises that were made. It comes to his surprise when now people do not want the bill, but they've been there, they've been asked to review it and do all those kind of things. So he said people who are refusing to adopt this bill, basically what they are doing is they're just rejecting progress. They don't want progress to happen.
Yes.
You know?
They don't fail. And this is the worst thing here, like Alvin. I can't want to be like a little bit. I want to say something. I was about to explode, but it's fine. We cannot be having that. We can't be having Morania. We can't be having Botlane Fontaine. We can't be having now Cape Town wants to be independent all of a sudden. We can't be having that after we had what we had before 94. That is nonsense. And this must be spoken out violently. It cannot be.
It must be rejected to its core, because of if you are saying you are building one nation, and it's always on their side that they say they are building. But when we say we want to build, then no, you're building wrong.
Yeah, that's why I said something
your
like
house
that.
is skew.
I said, you know what? The problem is that you guys want us to enjoy democracy on your own terms. That's not going to happen. When you are guys happy and everything, so it's fine. It's democracy. But then when now we talk about restitution, land, everything else, no, you are racist towards white people. We are not. Listen, you came here since 1952 and you took everything from us. That is the fact. Whether you like it or not, that's how it is. Now we have people like AfriForum who are busy doing this nonsense, and it's fine.
And
wait till I miss Jacob Zuma. I miss that guy. When Jacob Zuma knew how to put people in their place, hence they were striking so much to remove him, because you could put them in. They knew their place. Unfortunately, we have to speak like this now because none of them are against this thing.
It's the same. Remember, I also said it to you to say you find in schools.
Yeah.
That's why they even want the SGB to be in control. Because of what then happens. You find a CEO of a company actually funding the whole school cricket team.
Of course.
And then after that, do you think that child is going to fail in that school?
No. No.
It's simple. And then when
the
it's
very
like that,
CEO
it's not
is part of the
corruption.
SGB.
No, when it's like that, it's not corruption.
You understand? It's I don't know.
When it's like that, it's not
accounting error.
Yeah. When it's like, no, it's not corruption. But you find somebody actually funding the whole school. I'm telling you, even if the child is not the brightest of them all,
he's gonna have distinctions.
I'm telling you,
the
child's going to pass.
You know, like about Elma, like all the students are black, correct? And they actually get their own distinctions on merit because it's only us. Thank God. But I'm telling you, if those, like that school was like Kuro, half of them, half of us. Like Kevin Abulin. You see a dunderhead child passing more than any other child in the school.
And getting all the scholarships.
Exactly.
Only to drop the ball when they're in varsity, because of you can't bribe your way up until the vice chancellor.
Listen to what the forum said today about this one. Take a listen.
Of the Bella Bill undermines SGB authority, centralizes decision-making and power, provincial HODs to decide on language and admission policies of schools. This is a contentious issue that AfriForum is very passionate about, because it eventually, where you've got a number of Afrikaner schools, if one may put it like that, where they have Afrikaans as a medium of instruction, those particular schools, some of them have been complaining to saying that they are being forced to teach in the English medium, and that is disadvantaging the Afrikaans language. For instance, if I use a school that I went to, George Campbell in Durban, when I entered George Campbell, it was a two medium schools. There was an Afrikaans stream and an English stream. Last I checked, about 3-4 years ago, it was only an English stream that is there, and the Afrikaans stream was done away with.
And it's interesting because yesterday when we were in conversation with Professor Mary Metcalf, who knows the sector quite well, she was saying that in fact, they're going to be working together, and it's going to take a lot for even the HOD to change certain things, because they need to obviously be in line with the Constitution, but at the same time, there's officials that are going to be working on this particular issue as well. But for them to make the changes, those still would need to be made in line with the school's policies, but also the SGPs and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see, if they believe that this working together is not a good thing.
It's going to be really interesting, particularly if you take an Afrikaans school that has largely Afrikaans teachers teaching at that school. You want to introduce the English medium stream within that particular school. It goes to the employment of teachers in that school. It goes to the teachers that are employed by the SGP, because some teachers in a school are not employed directly by government. Some of them are employed by the school governing body, who pay the teachers' salaries through the school fees that learners pay or parents pay in that particular school. So it's going to be interesting, particularly on this issue of the language policy of the schools. But later on, we will speak to...
All right. Robin?
No,
what is the most... This is not the concern about this bill is going to kill our kids.
It's the same thing. I remember one of the colleagues I went to varsity with.
Yes.
Do you know that she had to actually repeat a degree? What she did, she went through primary high school with Afrikaans. She went through varsity with Afrikaans. Only to find out when she's in the workplace, she can't communicate with anybody.
Yeah.
Because of now, every gadget, or if let's say it's in this studio, she knows this mic in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
When she says it in Afrikaans, the colleagues are actually looking at you and they're like,
okay.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
So it became a disadvantage for her. She ended up saying, you know what, I'm going to redo this thing, and then she did it in English.
Yeah.
Imagine going back to school again, getting the second degree for the same thing.
Yeah, but in a different language. So we're not dealing here with people who care about anyone but themselves. And we're not dealing here with people who actually care about this country, but they care about themselves. They don't give a damn if a black child gets a proper education or not. For them, everything good and best is for them. To help anybody else who wants to be part of whatever, to help with anybody else who wants to be included into whatever this country has to offer. But forgetting what happened to us before 94. And do you still need to really be sympathetic to that?
And as well, it's remember, we're not talking about something like the Jews' history, whereby it happened in 1960.
We're talking about something that happened
before.
30 years ago.
We're talking about the grandparents and the parents are still alive.
They know how it was like. We're still alive. Right now, 45 years, we know that's not how we're forced to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's very hurting to see how now we're being reminded every single day about how little we are and how inhuman we are. It's very, very sad with things like this. And then we have a president that will really bow down to pressure from this small group of people just because it's in their pockets.
Yeah,
they are funding him. They are doing everything. How do you do that as a president? Or no, the bill is there, but I'm going to give you guys 3 months to fix the two.
He shouldn't have signed the bill.
No, he shouldn't have agreed to give them that 3 months for those two clauses. He should have said,
him to sign, it was pointless. He should have
It was
waited
pointless, yes.
3 months
not even
or
half.
whatever.
The most important part, you don't sign it.
Yeah.
Because 90% of South Africans are black.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit about them. You give a shit about 20% of people that have been controlling this country forever. That is
Like
nonsense.
you said, because they are funding him.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No,
so
they
he
said-
shouldn't have done that.
You know what they said? They said, don't forget.
Don't forget, yeah. Pala pala yetla wena.
We'll start.
Oh, jambela pala pala yetla. Pala pala is coming. Yeah.
Don't bite the hand.
That's feeding you, busy feeding you. It's wrong, guys. It's very wrong for us to let ourselves be treated like this as if we are still foreigners in our own country. It's not supposed to be. By real foreigners, pila. We have tried all our means to try to compromise from Mandela's point of view, Tutu's point of view, and all that. Mara, don't push people too far.
Yeah,
Do
there
not do
comes
that.
time.
And you know the things I hate is that we've got so many white people who are supposed to be good, right? But then the noise that's supposed to be made by them white people, they don't. Last week we had a show here about foreigners on Monday last week. And I was talking to Mutisiband, it's one of the pastors who preaches here. And I said, Mutisiband, the problem is that you guys who are good and who are legal in this country, whenever there is a crime committed by a foreigner, you don't speak.
Yes.
You are quiet. Then
Then you are number one
Then
to
you
talk.
are so loud. And I didn't even make an example about AfriForum. Like AfriForum, they will make noise about a so-called farm murder in Zanin. They don't even know the farmer. They haven't even met him. But they'll go to US and tell them how much of genocide is here in South Africa, all that nonsense. Mari, just a few weeks back, a woman was thrown into pig farm by one of their members. The daughter found the mother's hand being eaten by a pig, dead already. And when Kalikril, the very one who's saying, hey, whatever, Ramaphosa is okay by consulting them. When he was asked, Kalikril, why aren't you guys making noise like you've been making noise about anything else that is relating to you guys? He said, if you read newspapers, you know that we were busy condemning which newspapers are that? No. I didn't see headliners Daily Sun.
Slaughtering of a cow.
You know?
By the Red Berets.
Now they're saying
SPCA is taking him to court. But we are talking about real matters here.
A human being found in a pigsty. And Two. Imagine.
Not one, two.
And there's no noise that we hear. So we're not going to take you serious anymore. How about genocide?
Talking about animal cruelty.
You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know how banana just takes what's Tagoba. You know, and that's one term borang about these people as well, is that you are a very good person if you agree with them.
Yes.
And if you do what they want. The moment you start talking like this, I'll be the number one enemy.
Yes.
Because of I'm no longer their person. Do you understand? I'm no longer on their side. It's wrong. We cannot do that as human beings. We can't.
Wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
It doesn't
right?
have color.
And
wrong
listen,
is wrong.
that's what I always say. Crime is crime for everyone.
Everyone. Yes.
Farm murders are a crime, not genocide. They are a crime. People are committing crime in those farms. They are killing them. I can be hijacked today by the very same black people. I'm not going to go and run over the place and say, all blacks are criminals. No, I'm not going to do that because it's crime. It affects everybody the same. So the moment you start speaking like what I'm speaking now, we're going to be the number enemy of everybody else who liked you because you were on their side and you were doing this thing for them. So the moment you speak the truth and say, listen, as I'm here, I remember one time, in Otoring. Hey, some small little town in George area there. Oh my God.
Where's that Velcro?
My bro, where's that Freiburg? I was there. The only black person in the whole town walking around eating biltong, that was me. People was looking at me like,
you to say,
who is this motherfucker who's walking around like this?
Why is it here at work?
Remember, why he's walking so free, this mother? Who is this boy?
You can see it walking at Brooklyn at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, like, why are you in my restaurant?
Frowned upon. Why are you eating at this time?
At this time.
Who's working?
Who are you?
No, who's working?
Where?
You're supposed to be in Sunnyside.
You're supposed to be in Sunnyside, or you're supposed to be in a restaurant, being a waiter or something. I'm telling you. And I was working there. These Nigerians come to me. Balkari phone, right? They are selling phones because it was that time of KK festival that comes there every year. I don't know if they still do it after COVID. They didn't do
No,
it
I think it
yet.
died down. Yeah,
After
the
COVID,
one
ne?
in the field.
No, in the whole town of Ozoreng.
Yes,
it was
yes,
like
yes.
they've got all these stalls and music and whatnot the whole week, I think. And I was there because I was still a missionary at that time, so I went with OM to there. To preach to the African kids to stop drinking too much. Because listen, in that town, demographics are like this. Afrikaners are the prominent ones who have got money, they control the town. White people. Colors are poor of the poorest. Colors are poor. Every corner you pass a colored kid.
It's called piss poor.
Yes, they are playing some almost teen Red Bull. They are playing there and then you throw money at them. Colors are poor there. Blacks are rich because they are soldiers. All of them.
Yes,
and they're in a camp.
Yes.
In the same town, there's a camp of soldiers. They are there. They only come out to go buy and get back. That's it. So it was rare to see a black person walking the streets like me.
Not
and
even
so,
wearing a uniform.
Yeah, and
Remember those ones wear uniform, go
yes.
back and...
And so confident. This guy's calling me. Hey, brother, how's it? I'm like, I'm good. Like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Pretoria. Like, yeah, we can see that. I'm telling you, we can see. I'm like, why? I'm like, no, the way you walk, the way you are dressed, the way you carry yourself, you're not afraid. And everybody here who's not a white person, they are so afraid to walk in town, do anything in town.
Is it a white person who approached you?
No, Nigerians.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you. The way we walk, we just saw this one is not from here.
Yeah.
This one. And I walked and I said, this bench. There's a huge Afrikaner sitting next to me. I'm having biltong and coke. I'm like, hey, how's it? He's like, look at me and I'm like, oh my God. You don't do that, man. You're going to kill. You're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm a human being like you. A very small town here next to George. Like in the Western Cape. Oh, sorry. Fucked up place in the Karoo. I'm telling you. So, how long are we going to be dealing with this thing?
And like when you sit next to them, you'll see them, they'll start shifting.
Do you understand? I remember.
They sit at their own corner there because
I was
like contaminating the place.
We went to some Arab eatery there because they've got all this place where they sell food and they've got chairs and everything. It was only I was the only black person in the group of white people.
Yes.
Because remember we left here as a group. But a lot of them were white. I was the only black guy there amongst them. We went there and we had this girl, Gunhild. She was from Norway. Okay? So they didn't, I guess she was white with the blonde hair, so they thought automatically she was one of them. We went to that place. There's tables around, empty tables. You buy food and you sit down, they bring food to you. So I'm playing with this other white girl from Pretoria East. Her name is Janet. I don't know where she is. That kid hates her own people so much. She will kiss me, she will hug me, and let's kill them. Shit. I hate these motherfuckers. I'm telling you, I look at them, because look at you like they don't even know they're seeing a human being. Shit. I'll come here. She will kiss me, she'll do everything. I'm like, fine. So we are playing there, we're buying food. When we went to get a table, you know what broke my heart that day, bro, was to see a colored family, a mother and 2 kids. Not sitting on a table with the kids eating food, but sitting on some corner. Like on the grass, on the blanket, sitting there, eating their food there.
Why? Were they not allowed to sit?
They're not supposed to sit on those chairs. For me, they could not do nothing because the way I approach everything else was like, okay, this one is not one of us. He doesn't know the rules.
Because it's the same. Go to Cape Town,
Maybe.
you'll feel that because of. There was a point where I've been in different hotels in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And even in Durban.
Yeah.
Because of the way we would travel, it would be those hotels where you find the prominent ANC members that are sleeping there and they have bodyguards. If not, it's soccer teams and all those. So the minute you are in Cape Town and they see you in that hotel, even the staff there, they know that you are somebody.
Yeah, you're not from here.
You are somebody.
You're not from here.
If you can afford to live in this hotel for a full week,
you cannot be staying Cape Town. You can't be black and stay in Kailicha and sleep there.
I'm telling you, it's sad like that.
Never.
Then you keep, and it's as you are saying, it's the color. Then they come, they ask you, where are you from? And all. You can hear even in the demeanor that they're actually speaking of.
They're expecting you from Kailicha or Langa to be as poor of them like them.
What did they do?
But then when you come there,
you can see the shock in their eye. Even when they serve you food, the food that you order, because of now you are ordering different food, not ordering the last one in the meal or the first one in the meal. No. You order those ones. You must make sure. So you like, and it is also that. Remember, if you are staying for more than a week and so, and you are consistent in that, then they start taking you seriously. Like, no, I know. We thought it's one day still feeling Cape Town. They'll reduce the budget. No, those are the things.
So this woman sitting there with the kids, I'm like, wow, really? We got a table, we sat down and we ate, and my heart was bleeding. I'm like, no, we can't let this happen. And I'm not saying things 1981. I'm talking about 2007.
So what did you do
When
about
it
the
was
situation?
2007, now I'm talking about last year and this. Why are you talking that far? I'm talking now. Yours still has a 10-year decade in it. No, I'm talking about now. Literally last year.
I want to know.
Do you know what I did?
Yeah.
I went to them. Honestly speaking, and asked them, are they okay? You guys okay? And no, we're fine. It was like a shock horror. This guy is speaking to us. Do you understand? Are you okay? Do you guys want to sit on a table maybe or something? No, we are fine. We like to sit on the grass. The only family there. And everybody else was looking at me. Like, okay, when and then?
Where are you approaching them?
What is wrong with you? I mean, this is life here. I'm like, oh, okay, shit. I didn't know. It's wrong. So this will come out as we see all these things happening at the moment. That now we have AfriForum and any other Africans people saying this thing cannot be because it's going to threaten their language. No, it's not.
It's not because of course. The minute the Afrikaner needs to be taught the Africans, they'll be taught Africans. As much as we were taught Africans, man, but we don't.
We are Tswanas, so we were taught English.
And
we can still learn Africans. We still speak our language.
And Wes, think about it. You, as course, you're speaking English.
Yeah.
Africans.
Yeah.
Tswana. You hear Zulu and you can speak it. Xhosa. So literally you can speak 6 or 7 languages.
Yes.
But
then here we are.
6 or 7 languages.
And then the worst thing that comes is that now we want to force, now we are speaking English. Which I want to because I want to accommodate everyone.
Yes.
Now I'm not that selfish. I can speak Tswana. This is my radio station.
But again, besides that as well, remember it's not only about the English or the African. You have your other races.
We cannot understand Tswana.
Yes,
it's fine.
Yes.
But then we choose to speak a neutral language that says, okay, guys.
We accommodate everybody.
You understand what I'm saying? And here we are. Hey, no ring Tiriso.
Yeah, my question is, when they say their language is going to be threatened, how is it going to be threatened because it's considered one of the 11 official languages that you have in the country? So it's not going to...
because they know it's not a language. So, no, it's true. It's not a language, it can die down. Because look at the colors now. Colors have got their own Africans.
Yeah,
you understand? They don't speak the same as...
They even fail it at school.
Yes.
The real Africans, they fail it.
Because they know that it's not a language that actually you were engraved with it in your bones. Like Tswana or Dutch or French. They know it's a dialect which can die down if they're not careful. Hence, they want to group themselves like this Orania people and whatnot to say they're preserving culture. Which culture? But it's like China. We need to create our own Tswana little enclave within China. Do you think let us do that? No.
They'll chase you out.
They'll chase us out. But then we gave them that. 94.
And a few years back, they wanted to introduce Mandarin in our public schools more.
Yeah, which was gonna be good, and the black people were against that. I'm like, hey, but remember that.
They refused.
Why can the introduction of Mandarin is threatening our languages in South Africa? But if the languages start locally, no, schools will be given powers and the SGBs to decide for which language policy most schools have. Now, all of a sudden, it is threatening their language. Doesn't make sense.
It's wrong. It's a lie. They're going to threaten any language because they know for a fact that Afrikaans is not a language. So it will die down in a minute if it's not being preserved. They can preserve it in their own homes. But it doesn't mean that if you speak it at school, you're going to come and speak it at home. You can't speak it at home.
But how is Tswana and all the other languages being preserved?
Well,
through home.
Through home.
Speak it at home.
You understand what I'm saying?
So when I'm at work, I speak English. I can't speak anything else.
Of course.
even forget that we're even black sometimes. That you just continue. And then we start looking around. But why are we continuing with it? And then you're like,
because we are all black.
Yeah, but now you are like, this... You keep on changing and
you understand?
You like
because we we are very tolerant people. We've been trained as such by them to be tolerant.
No, but tolerant to a certain point. There'll come a time where that tolerance has run out. Because I can promise you, our kids, I can tell you with my kids, not into that. Yeah. We are the last tolerant ones.
Yeah. Makosi was asked by the teacher. Elma, a great man. grade 2. This kid is gonna make me the trouble. She was asked by a teacher, "You are black and I'm not black.
Yeah.
I'm brown.
Yeah.
Black is my shoes.
Yeah. Look at
Not
that.
me.
Yeah. Look,
If you look at my shoes and look at my skin, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
And you are not white.
Exactly.
You are peach.
I'm telling no,
Marcos, you are peach.
and you can't. What are you going to? Are you going to hit the child because of their? You
It's
are
the
actually
truth.
making
Did she
them
get a
learn something
demerit
that's
for that?
wrong.
No,
no, it's
the
the
thing.
truth. Like markdown.
No, they did not do
No,
that. They
they
can't.
can't.
What will you do that
They
for?
can't.
I know Elma, they love demerits.
No,
it-
they will never.
Back then, that's
Back
what I'm saying.
then, yeah.
The kids of today, we are the last tolerant ones.
Yeah.
We. Are
They
the
will
last
never do
tolerant
that.
ones.
She told her. She was in grade 2, grade 3, something like that, stand 1. And she told, no, you're not white, you're peach. Because, ma'am, look at the page. The page is white.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Are
You're
you
teaching
like
us
this?
colors.
Are you like this?
You're not like, if you take this and put next to your head, it's not the same.
Like, not the same.
And if I take my shoes and put them next to my arm, it's not the same. So how can you say I'm black? I'm
Now
not
you, have
black,
to
I'm brown.
now you have to explain that to the child.
Do you understand? You're a teacher, for goodness sakes. Who
And
don't know
you
you
just
wrong.
taught them colors last week.
And today you want to tell
And
them
today you
they're black.
want to tell them that they're black.
For sure, the teacher was pissed.
Nah,
Of course she was
upcoming-
Eh?
This upcoming generation is woke. They
Yeah.
are woke. Hence,
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
we are evolving like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And these acts and whatever acts and policies and whatever regulations that are put in place, they need to change
Yeah.
and be relevant to the current generation.
Now mixing it with NHI.
Yo.
Right? NHI is National Health Insurance, brother, which we need all over the place. It's there. Now, who is still against NHI?
The insurance companies.
Who are owned by who?
Obvious. So the minute the very same Pravin, Jamnandas. So
I can't keep buying them quickly now.
Remember the two-part
yes,
system,
yeah. So that thing happens that way because of now. If you look at it, even in Parliament, that's why it was questioned. To
Yeah.
say, why are we only having one medical aid that we have to choose from?
Yes.
Why are we having one service provider?
Yes.
So it's all those things they are saying they don't want to do, they don't want to get into because of they know the minute everybody. Pella, if NHI works, why would I be paying medical aid?
That's why in his clinic I never do medical aid. I told him I'm waiting for NHI.
That's all funny stuff.
Anybody comes here, why don't you have medical aid? I'm waiting for NHI.
Yeah, and then once
NHI
it kicks
is
in,
coming.
once it kicks in, I just submit my papers
Yes.
to say I'm registered.
You know, NHI is coming, so I'm going to do medical aid for what? I'm doing cash for now. It's fine. I'll suffer until. NHI comes, everybody's going to have a medical aid.
But people are scared, God, this NHI thing.
Why?
They think, but if the NHI is implemented, made for the medi clinics and
Yes.
it's over chaos like the public hospitals.
So?
How
I
is
think they
it?
want to be treated like both the likes of midstreams. I care who are those
So?
rich people.
But
so
I feel like my two bob expertise in 36 and so.
Yes.
These private health institutions, it was because of medical aid, and at the same time, we have general practitioners and doctors and specialists
Yes.
who have these private clinics or these private health institutions, and then at the same time, they work for the public.
Yeah.
So these people, they are providing the very same, or they are using the very same skills that they are using in their private practices in the public sector.
In the public sector, yeah. So they're getting paid for nothing.
So Gagwa, you are just paying for that bed, for that fancy breakfast or dinner or whatever, and then because okay, go clinic when I'm sick, and then they will give you medication, but high sleep for 2 days, you'll be fine.
Yes.
You go to that private facility.
But what meat?
They'll say, no, we need to book you in because they want to see that money that is there.
Yes.
Wow,
They book you in for nothing, for small things, for a whole week.
they monitor you.
Monitored.
Now, my two bob analysis is
Yeah.
net. It's this one. These private facilities, they don't want them to collapse whatsoever. This is what I was thinking. NHI or what? That NHI will be applicable to people who do not have medical aid for major operations that they cannot afford.
Okay.
If what you know, you need a hip replacement that is costing 35,000 rand, and it's a life-threatening kind of a situation, then no, this person can be paid for by the government to go or to undergo this operation at a private facility. I think that way,
Now I'm saying, Tiriso, I'm saying that will be wrong, and I'll tell you why. NHI, the way its current form, thank God, it covers everything. It covers everything. Thank God. Toriki flu, you went for him. That will destroy clientele's insurance. What? Maybe saying health. What insurance? Yes. It will go. It will destroy all medical aid. Thank God.
They are ripping us off anyway.
TV, I think maybe they are now trying to win. They are winning themselves off. Yeah. Because it's very much unfair to be told I can't go to a hospital because I don't have medical aid. I'm in a serious accident in the middle of Coster, for example, and I'm asked the first thing, do you have medical aid? By an ambulance.
Wes.
You remind me of the situation that happened Leni the other day. You remember the time they robbed this jewelry shop. I think it was 2 or 3 years back. And the security guard was shot. And when the security guard and the kid,
when
they came, they were like, do you have a medical aid?
No.
He said no. They left him and they took the one with the medical aid. He waited for the state ambulance.
You understand?
That's
So
sad.
on the scene.
So
but
NHI
you could have been saved.
Yeah. So NHI is coming for that. Thank God. I applaud this one. This one I can say is done something good.
But then how is it going to be sustainable?
It does. Sheba. See this one? That one is the government in Fana. Kind of sustainability on the chombo. But let me say economics. How is going to sustain it? I'm like, we are paying VAT.
Yeah.
They're going to up taxes.
No, Tiriso.
No. I don't think they're going to up the tax.
Besides that, we always ask how are we going to sustain it. But look at, that's why Libya was destroyed.
Yeah.
Libya, everything, healthcare was for free. School was for, if really they didn't have any facility that could cater for you in Libya, with government they take you overseas to get that procedure, you come, everything paid for.
Do you know why?
So
they had their own oil.
Exactly.
That was funding them.
They managed to do exactly that. So we just have to get our books in order, and we can manage to do anything that we actually want to do.
Bona. That Mutsipe now as
long as you have your Western Cape Bafana the boys there, you won't see that happening.
It will happen. Remember, they are dying off. So, are you seeing that they are slowly dying off?
And remember, Ramaphosa
Jamnandas has just gone. So they are following. they are following one by one. Don't worry, this thing will happen. In the next 15 years, it will happen. Everybody will be the same at some point.
And JNU will never survive forever. 2 years is enough for you. And Ramaphosa was after 5 years anyway. So I will be back to President that actually has
Panyaza is up in line.
Yeah. So this thing going to hear how do you implement?
Doesn't look I'm so funny. And the deputy president doesn't look good.
We'll talk about that now.
That's where Panyaza is coming through. Yeah. So these old brooms are dying off. So it's fine. Let's not be worried about them. We'll fix this thing in good time.
We'll talk about that now. Immediately. You see, so we cannot have that 2 states. We can't have 2, the poor, the haves and haves-nots. We cannot have that.
Sentin and Alexander.
You understand? So NHI is coming, and thank God he's coming. I hope he's going to send it soon, because I thought he was going to send it on Friday with the Babel bill. So it's fine. He just needs some more time to go and consult with those people that fund him.
No, they have said, Magwenya said he has found his pen.
Okay.
He's busy working.
So he can just come and just sign it off, get it done. Amen. And then we will be giving forms. That's a form because these people are going to come from Shongo, Banyaka 2, so then you pay. then it's fine. And then I will have to claim the money in, the money will come into my account. Beautiful. And then we continue with life. You know what? No one's going to say anything much. Thank God about that. That's one. But I'm not saying the very same perpetrators that are saying Africans are going to die are the ones fighting for a black person to go into Medi Clinic and midstream and all these so-called affluent hospitals. Is healthcare. Somebody wants to get help, give them help. Like a movie John Q. I'll advise you to go and watch that movie. Got Denzel Washington, right? The son needed heart transplant.
My God. Oh.
That's a beautiful movie. John Q. You must go watch it. Beautiful movie.
Painful.
When people are sick,
beautiful
they
or
must,
painful?
Beautiful. Both painful and beautiful. A little boy could not get a heart transplant because their parents cannot afford. Imagine being told to take your son from a private hospital to a public facility with a heart problem. And the only way for you to get help for this boy is to get a heart transplant, which you can't afford. Until the father take the whole hospital by hostage. Aye. Until they are forced. The media was outside. The people are shouting. People are striking. They had now to transport the heart from one facility to this other one to put on this boy. And the guy was in jail. Doesn't matter anyway. He's a hero.
He saved his son's life.
Yeah, he's a hero. That man he actually deserves to be given a medal after his son was given that new heart. Or Morena, you are a father. But then you can't have the same thing here in South Africa because of this.
But it never won an Oscar, that movie.
Never.
The only Oscar that he has actually won is when he played gangster. So that's the only role that we can play good. Being a good father, never. You
can't do that. No. Unless you're a slave, then you can win an Oscar again.
You won't win an Oscar.
Yeah. All right, Buffett. How the hell did he fall from stage? And he said it. It's food poisoning. What's your take about this one? How did he just collapse like that?
Well, the CIC of the EFF once said, Paul walks like he's sick. He once said that truthfully. And we took it live.
Yeah.
We took it live. But Sipokosha doesn't look good. He doesn't look good. I don't think, they're just mumbling a story.
Yeah.
They mentioned food poisoning. They also mentioned that, no, he stood in the sun for too long, the temperature in Limpopo. There are people who are living there. Why? But
the man said it himself, like food poisoning. He never said anything about Limpopo's sun and whatnot. He himself said it is food poisoning.
That was what was said in the media by the acting spokesperson, by the advisor, and by media. Because I suspect food poisoning, and you know how rife the political game is. It might be food poisoning.
No, he said it himself. That's a small thing of food poisoning, blah blah. Okay, food poisoning. But now just said on Twitter, food poisoning at home. Food poisoning is similar. Like Jackson Mutembu or is again. How to know he's incapacitated. He can't become a deputy president anymore. Blah blah. We need to check in the GNU who can take over the role, and then Jiggy president and puts.
Yeah.
No, some things need to be seen.
And there are possibilities because as Manuku Ahulwala Asimulose is going to be now and then they will just accuse him that now he can't continue being the deputy president. He's going to focus on his health and all those kind of.
Okay, Didi Mabuza.
He won't become the president of the country.
Okay, Didi Mabuza. Where is he?
Well, he's healthy. He's alive. He's running his day.
Okay, sorry about Tirizo. Yeah.
I mean, when you look at how Paul Mashatile walks,
that is the CIC. It's not going to survive for long, shame. I don't see him.
You know what? I think Paul has reached his peak. He won't be the president of the ANC, and certainly he won't be the president of this country.
Yeah, I hope Panyaza Lessufi will actually step up and say this is not going to happen in our movement. Yeah, now all of a sudden we now. I'm telling you, George Steeners is going to be the deputy president very soon. Around the second year, he's going to be deputy president. I'm telling you now. We'll come back to this point. Yeah.
The problem is Panyaza is the only one who's making a lot of noise, and others by
Hey.
You know, Panyaza is for Mokhato. He is for the ANC, and that's it. And he doesn't shy away for stand up. But then it seems like he's not getting enough support from other members of the party. So yeah, we will see.
Yeah, no, we'll see, bro. We'll see, because at the moment, to be honest with you, the way things are happening, no, I used to love the ANC. I used to love ANC with everything, because I would die, you know. But since 2017,
it's the same with football. At some point, you're once a Chiefs or a Pirates supporter. Up until you start changing, you can start seeing to say, Chiefs is losing too much. You start deflecting. So with ANC, everybody grew up being an ANC member, even in their house. So as time grows and as you become informed and all that, your thoughts start changing. It's like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And the only thing that you can stop, is change.
Of course. Closing remarks.
That's my closing remark.
Closing remarks. We're done.
Yeah, in closing remarks, what I would say is seeing that the world is evolving and we have to acclimatize ourselves with the evolution that is happening. When you look at the generation that is upcoming, when you look at how we are living lately, when you look at the impact of technology, when you look at the political landscape that we find ourselves in, we're going to follow suit the likes of Germany, the likes of, is it Denmark? I don't know. The countries that have been pushing that have been in governance of coalition or government of national unity. It is the order of the day. We will never see a single party winning the outright majority. We will never see that.
I'm saying MK is coming. MK is coming. It's not like Nyaza did it.
It's shrouded behind one person. So we're not worried. Once he goes, it collapses. So
it'll bring everything.
Yeah, and just to say a few words, I think we should accept the fact that we are going to see this government that we have now really in power for quite some time. What I wish to see is the migration of the teaching system in South Africa, the curriculum being relevant to our context. Secondly, the use of ICT for teaching and learning. Every day, it's not productive. Yes.
All right. Seriously, thank you, Kosiaka, all the way from Krugersdorp, ne?
Yes.
Goza unzame mfana. Apa di headphone na sirifits. What tell? Mr. Tsiriso Moremong, Kosiaka, thank you so very much for being with us today, man. I really appreciate it. Every time we look for someone to speak to, please be available. And then, we'll take it from there.
Quality about
why anytime I get a number, I tell you, Aribu, Moraine. Okay, that was Tsiriso Moremong, our guest. Yeah. And what is your closing remarks? What does the voice of the woman say in this thing?
Okay, now in closing,
how was your first day?
My first day, I was a bit nervous, but at least my friend co-hosting.
I don't think about. Hey, ma Calvin.
I'm coming down again.
Ma Calvin way, oh boy.
He's been busy
Mo
and
to keep-
telling me
You are-
shame.
Well, I'm not believing it, I'm telling you. Yeah.
So yeah, batswana ba thusana ba akere motho ke motho ka batho ba ba
Matsogo dinku,
atiba.
boys.
Tanko.
Has he won motho a se ndo is tell na yana. I see you tell na yana msadi.
Hey. O ba tonna.
Ke bo ke bona
O
kgang.
ba tonna nna wena.
Ke bona kgang ya simolla. Re sire mo ye.
Rona le diarrhea.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah. Why eat it?
Yeah, it was fun, but
it was.
So Marobana, the part here, the restaurant here, the Babel restaurant.
Babel thing is.
In touch is because of their our brothers and sisters by Barakati restaurants, and
Yes.
imagine waking up every morning we are Merikong without having a salary, like a basic salary.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna make moletating.
Yes.
What if u chase 50 rand? You have to use it for transport. What are
To
you
come
gonna
back and then go back tomorrow again. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
I
very
do know.
sad. Yeah, it's very sad. So I think the government have to look into that. Let's on these restaurants about the catering.
The regulation.
The regulation. They must be regulated. They abide by the rules, and all those people must be registered. They must have contracts in place. I hired Kositile Sukongwane.
Yeah.
Ubereka 9 to 12 or Ubereka from this hour to this hour.
Yeah.
If shifty, it's baba exploit.
Yeah.
Because now if there's no contract, they can say wake up at 3 and then we'll chase at 3 p.m.
Yes.
And it's
Ke mathata.
ke mathata. So I think tshwantse ba nne le botho.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like abuti musika ra buile motho ke motho ka batho ba bang ha re tshwaraneng sentle re ska lebala gore ko re tswang go teng. Remember re godile, we all start somewhere. Is ka re ha re thoma re nna go godimo e be re lebala ko re tswang go teng re treat batho ba bang like they are not human.
Exactly. So thank you guys, my panel. Thank you so very much for being with us today on Khosi FM. Like I was like,
Thank you.
Danko.
I said it. Let's tell it. Let's have the contracting. You need contracts, Dina. You need contracts, Dina. The boss must close this thing. What's the problem?
So like
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Gwanfanak. Lina Low. Ke sentence.
the boss have arrived.
Ngwana ka ngwala
The
sentence
boss
e ngwale
have
pila.
arrived.
Khositile. Kwesi ai kwala sentle na le
Direct translation ka sekgowa e reng?
The king has arrived.
The
Boys.
Yo.
The boss.
Yeah.
The
is
boss
back.
himself. Boss Akima.
All right, gentlemen, ladies, thank you so much, man, for being with us today. It was fun. 3 hours of fun. You know, Khosi FM is uncensored, unfunded, and unscripted. All right. So we speak the truth in this place. We not sugarcoat it. And I'm sorry if I'm gonna be on top of some other people's toes. Sometimes I'm gonna have that, but the truth must be spoken. And if we speak the truth, take it as the truth, not as an attack to you or whatever that you are from or your race or whatever. It's the truth. Much as Lena, the truth has been spoken about us, and I've admitted up to so far. So, Bon, you are a human being, treat us like human beings, and then Rabon guy. Muti. That's all I can say. Sorry for the Babel people. Shame. It's not nice. I know because I can relate. I've been there. I do know how it's like. But anyway, listen, this is it's gonna be on a podcast called Spotify. I'm gonna put it there and Anchor FM. And then it's already on YouTube now because it's been doing live all this time until ne. Okay. We do it.
From Genelo Lekoma, aka Ken from Hakunwa na ngwanyana wa Motswana wa Motaba. Ke re bye bye. Le robale monate. Le rata ka lerato la lur.
Have a good night. Please subscribe, like, and share our content, please. And then yeah. Let's have fun. Bye bye. Love you. Bye.
Mangihamba nawe ngivele ngcebele abanakile abadala thina sibhekele lothando lungangonwande ngicela ungangivaleli ngaphandle dali wami emlanjeni ngizokulina